Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
welcome to MME Live. We got a lot to talk about. We got a full house tonight. People are ready to stream.
That's right. My hiatus is over.
Is that a bubble tea?
Ooh, what flavor?
I do like bubble tea too.
It's just milk green tea with boba.
Do you ever have these like Japanese crepes?
Most Monday.
My wife likes to get them. What? Who was that?
The heck was who?
I'm so sorry. That was my phone. I'm trying to read the chat and engage while I'm like on cam.
Okay, cool.
See, Ray is being a responsible.
Yeah.
streamer.
I'm multitasking.
We don't all do that.
Pay attention to the chat because God knows I don't.
We know that.
I forget.
Oh, Isaac is here. Your number one fan.
Garvey's here for me.
Geeks enjoys their erotica. Says rage against the censorship. Hail chat, free the net. Are you talking about the downvote? I don't know. Isaac, tell me, do you believe we could send Isaac a link? I don't know if he's free.
Who's Isaac? I haven't seen Isaac in forever.
I know. Well, he's a busy dude.
I forgot who Isaac was.
Oh yeah, he's blasting off on YouTube. Like he's gonna lap everyone pretty soon.
Oh really?
He's doing great content. I really enjoy his takes on stuff.
He's gonna pass me up. Forget it, Isaac. You're not invited. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, bring him on. We need clout. The Clout Crusades is still ongoing. We need him to come give us some clout.
Well, no one knows how many subs you have, Max, because you hide them.
Oh, what's that? What is that?
He has a million subs.
You know what it is? I used to get. I'm tired of looking at it. I didn't move for a long time, for 2 years. It just kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then it's the trolls unsubbing and unsubbing. So I'm just like, I know what you're doing. I don't want to look at it anymore. Hey, Relic Gamer. Yeah, we got to get Relic Gamer on for Sunday's podcast. He played the Amico.
We need subs for the podcast.
Yeah, we do. We need to get 100 subs. I want to when subs get reasonable over in the PlayStation Plus podcast, I want to do giveaways. Even if I have to send fun. Even if I have to just send cash around the world, cash. Like I was thinking about gift cards and stuff. Yeah,
you give me money?
I'll just find a way to not you.
Why?
For the subs, not for you.
Max is confessing he does not pay his panel for the PlayStation Plus podcast.
I don't pay him for
officially announcing a strike.
People get paid
until we get our money.
I thought ownership was like across the board. Everyone who engages owns the channel in a small piece.
Rhea!
I don't get paid for that.
I'm spilling all the tea. I'm sorry.
Rhea is speaking logically. There you go.
Rhea is snitching.
I don't know how that would work though.
I don't get paid there either. I get paid on this channel.
Oh, see, he makes money.
Well,
he makes
money. As soon as Rhea said that, the ad break came in because you got like 15
so
of them for your video.
well, since we're talking about so much, why don't some of you movie talk guys or gals go sub here?
I was just about to grab the link for it.
I've been subbed. I'm a co-owner. Damn it.
Yeah. We want to get monetized over there, so eventually everyone can get paid.
We're hungry.
I got to do more controversial topics over there. That's what it does.
I have a prediction. Supply me with bubble tea. Bubble tea. Y'all thought I was joking. Supply me with the bubbles.
$500 Monopoly money to the next sub. Where are the Eddie fans at? Right here.
On the panel.
We have to watch out for Saggy,
the shirt.
Rhea, and RJ. I don't know how do you feel about Eddie Zod? He's a new addition.
Eddie's a good dude.
Oh, okay. Would you leave alone Sci-Fi Dragon, please? I want him to come back, and every time I mention him, Zod goes off. Well, that's Sci-Fi Dragon.
Look at the face. That says it all.
Well, the worst part of it is he actually has something to talk about now.
I know. I wanted to talk to him about
he's going to come out and talk about Well, you know what? Has he finally decided to come out of the shed since none of his conspiracy theories came true? Is he
That
finally
wasn't
done?
him. That wasn't him.
No, dude, he believed in that
No,
stuff.
no, he didn't.
Don't believe that he did, because he believed. He believed. He was a believer. He believed we were being invaded by. He believed we were being invaded by lizard people. I'm telling you,
Not a trace.
he's a weird dude.
Doubt in my mind.
So are you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all
This is
weird.
probably going to be Max's most popular
I'm a
stream. This is
believer.
Saggy's on camera, by the way.
All right,
What?
now Michael is.
Saggy's been on camera before.
Michael,
Well, I know.
I've been on camera.
Eddie's getting camera shy, and Michael was.
Garvey.
Let's
Garvey?
go. Eddie's rocking the shirt.
Garvey, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm getting a little jealous.
Costume change. There we go.
Wait, are you saying I did that on purpose?
Oh, you subconsciously did it.
Oh, hell no.
No, I didn't.
Technically, I'm brown too, so maybe that just means Max likes me more.
You can put me on the bottom, Max. I'm sorry.
I try. I don't know.
Louis,
now I
thank
feel
you.
weird.
You should feel weird. You should always feel weird.
All right.
We're missing Dino. Oh, there he is.
Wait.
There he is.
All right.
Oh yeah, Brian. Wait, no. What are you doing?
All right.
I like
What's
being in
happening?
Oh, hi.
Hey, I'm in the cool kids table now, I guess, huh?
What row is we then?
The nerd table.
What are you talking about, Tino? What are you talking about?
Okay, this guy's better chill with
I
that.
can't. Oh,
Put it
man.
closer.
This
RJ,
is
put it
not
closer.
Geeks and Gamers, so I don't know what that
RJ, put it closer.
This is what Geeks and Gamers is all about. The diversity we have here.
Why'd you put all the people? Wait,
I'm just here to
I'm so derailed already. I don't even know what I was going to talk about.
We're having fun already, and we haven't even gotten to the topic.
Whoa, behave, Michael. He is really.
Garvey, hold on, wait, Garvey. I'm telling Cyrus Martin.
You got to shave too. You're fresh shaven. Today.
I'm snitching. I'm very upset because Garvey is talking about his new bald fantasy, and I'm telling Cyrus Martin that you said that. We have it on record.
Okay.
He's cheating on Cyrus.
Jeremy is fuming, seeing all the diversity on this panel.
Yeah,
it's on the main. It's on the main. It's on the main channel too.
We are very diverse here at the Mad Movies
Movie
Entertainment.
Man. All right, let's get to some topics. All right,
go.
All right, Justice League 2.
Boo!
Announcements. when is it going to happen? What's really going on with WB? I played that beginning at the
WB
at the beginning so I could do my expert speculation, strong opinions. So get the salt out, grains of salt. What do we really think is happening here? Because things are in motion.
WB still a thing?
Warner Brothers, yeah.
Oh, I thought they got canceled or something. What did I miss?
No.
RJ was dropping some really insightful stuff on his stream the other night.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, just for folks who may have missed it, he was basically we're witnessing the collapse of a major studio or something. I'm sorry, I'm misquoting you, but that's basically
that is kind of what I was going at.
Oh, it's been collapsing for a long time now. They've been going downhill. It's just gonna get worse.
Main point of what I was saying was kind of ever since the AT&T buyout, it feels like the old guard of WB is fighting to survive in a way, because the studio feels like it's going to change forever in a way that they don't like. And I feel like this internal battle is causing what was a legendary studio to fall below and become a bottom tier studio to a lot of people and to the fans' eyes compared to what was that before.
I think this is WB how they've always been. Honestly. They've always
well, originally WB was headed up by Jeff Robinov, who was a good partner of Ben Affleck and stuff, and he got replaced with Kevin Sujihara. We know how that guy was with the bonuses and all that.
They just don't know how to do movie universes. Even with the original Batman, original Superman, they screwed up after 2 movies. Every time they get going, even the original Superman, the 4 movies, the first 2 were good. If you go to the original Batman after Keaton, there was. Are you petting RJ?
Yeah, she was. All
right, Brian needs some time.
Sorry, wrong hand.
Wait,
it happens all the time. Hello.
Stuff is happening.
All right, Zod's jealous.
No, I'm not jealous at all. I'm just saying stuff is happening. It's
Okay.
see, my head is bald for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got so no. About WB, and then you show Eddie. WB.
Eddie is WB.
Okay,
Eddie's WB.
Well, my speculation was before, and not everyone went with me on this, that I reevaluated the Ann Cernoff article, and I said this is a negotiation tactic. They're throwing this out there. They know that it's trending, and they know Zack did it for free before. He's not doing it now, and they're trying to say we don't need you, along with all these announcements. So the announcements for all these projects. It's all negotiations. They're gonna have to do something. I'm almost like 100% we're gonna get something on HBO Max with Zack, but it's now more likely that it might end up in theaters again with a Ava DuVernay. I was gonna do an Ava DuVernay canceled New Gods clickbait video.
I've been saying that movie was going to be canceled since I knew you, Matt.
I like Ava DuVernay though.
I'm not either, but I just didn't think that movie was going to happen, especially given the amount of times that they're still writing the script. They were on like the 7th script rewrite. It hasn't moved very much since they announced it. So I like her too. I think she's a good filmmaker. I do admit that I thought it was a little too big.
She is up to something. I don't like this. She's saying
he's plotting. It's okay.
She's saying in the private chat that I'm in trouble.
Well, I just have a big gotcha on Max that I can't wait to drop. But I'm gonna hold off until.
Oh, you have some exclusive WB DC EU news. Clearly.
All right. Zeno wants the girls on top, so we'll give it to him. I don't know.
Oh my god!
I'm the host.
Well, that's how some people roll.
Welcome to.
I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know. What do you want me to do? What was the right way to answer that?
I got this. Welcome everyone to Saggy Melons Live. I'm your host, Saggy Melons, and we got some things to talk about today. First off, we're going to talk about some WD stuff, WB drama.
WD.
WD 40. Water displacement 40.
Get that rust off your stuff.
Is that better, Zeno?
This is freaking weird. This is weird. Can we just go put me back? Because this is weird. I don't like being in this square. Thank you. Oh my god.
I always have the first square. Brian's running the show.
Brian, you're on the show.
Hey.
Hey guys, we're here to talk today about the second Justice League and its potential possibilities.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
he does a better job. You could have. You need to take over. Michael,
it's okay.
S.
I'm just waiting for the fifth.
Everyone, give a shout out to Michael S., a longtime viewer.
What's up, Michael?
That hasn't been here in a while, and he's ready to restore the Snyderverse. Okay, now
and yes, we miss you, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, we
missed you more, Michael.
We did miss you.
I missed you.
Now we don't. We're happy you're here. Also, Lewis loves Saggy's hair.
Thank you.
Yes.
It is very vibrant.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I feel weird on this thing. I don't like.
Yeah,
y'all
should be weird.
I don't.
Y'all
like
should feel so honored that she is blessing us tonight with her presence on camera.
Yeah, we're all on camera. This is legit.
We are so blessed right now. You have no idea.
For the record, I did it for Rhea and nobody else.
Thanks.
I feel
that is a very worthy cause.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, that's because Rhea always comes on stream and shows her face. So you were like, I don't want Rhea to be the only girl that comes on screen.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No. Why does everyone want me to beef with Saggy though? Why?
No, nobody does. Nobody does. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
Words,
no, I'm not. I don't mean it negatively. I'm just saying you want to give solidarity with Rhea. That's
right. I've been on cam. I've been off cam when Rhea was on cam before. I did it on your stream.
That's true.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. So you
and Rhea is of course a part of my stream now, so I'm very happy. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay.
I guess back to the topic.
You guys are. I'm getting derailed easy. Okay.
Are you losing viewers?
Yeah, we did a little bit.
Oh no!
But I don't think so. No,
I'm
it's all.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
They'll be back.
We'll get him back. All right. So my expert speculation following the movie industry has always been following what's trending. If it's no longer trending, it's not going to happen. And I'm getting an echo. Sorry. Just like Ava DuVernay's New Gods, they stopped talking about it for long. It just wasn't going to happen. But a lot of people did not realize what happened yesterday. And people, what do you mean what the topic is? We're talking about Justice League 2, Black Adam and The Rock, and what's really happening, because it's a very fluid situation. It's very likely that you're going to get to see Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. It's possibly on HBO Max, but now they might even be considering a theatrical, and a lot of that has to do with them officially canceling New Gods from Ava DuVernay yesterday, which people thought was April's Fool's joke, but there's a lot that people missed. I don't know if people caught this, because I went back and looked at Ava DuVernay's Twitter thread.
Yeah, her Twitter thread tells a lot.
Well, this,
and plus she was communicating with Ray Porter too, of all people. So she's never communicated with Ray Porter. And here's the funny part too: she blocks anybody in the Release the Snyder Cut movement who makes any comments to her whatsoever, whether they be positive or negative. She blocks us because that is very true. Number one, she's not a supporter of Zack Snyder or his vision, and number two, she is. I don't know. Like,
can you? I wasn't going to go down that route.
No. But here's the thing: I personally was not going to. Like, my thing is, anytime I've ever tweeted out Ava, it's always been positive, because if you tweet out anything that can even be misconstrued as negative with Ava DuVernay, she's always going to block you. But the thing is, I had friends that I know who are in the Snyder Cut movement, who are good people, who actually sent her out, just a simple message like, "Hey, Ava, are you considering," and I'm quoting this tweet, "are you considering Ray Porter for your Darkseid, for your New Gods movie?" That's all this person said, and she blocked him. So I think that that's important to what you're about to talk about right now.
Well, to be fair, you don't know Ava DuVernay and what she's dealt with, because a lot of the anti-woke movie talk people, she might just be sick of them. She might be, especially after.
Yeah, but if somebody's just asking you a question, I mean, you don't have to block them.
For the point you said about her being against Zack Snyder's Justice League, of course she is, because she was going to do New Gods with Darkseid. Of course she is. So there's a lot of bias there. I understand. Now, I wouldn't say she should be extremely negative towards the project, but look, the proof's in the pudding. She's off the project now. But what a lot of people missed was, and you pointed out part of it there, and I checked the timestamp. Yes, you're right. Let me blow this up here. Now, this is before they announced that it was canceled. She says, "Thank you, Ray. You've been nothing but gracious towards me. Appreciate you and fans who supported. I'm told the studio will be speaking about the recent decision about New Gods characters soon. I hope our paths cross one day, sir. If not in the fourth world, then in another." Now, this just shows how over the place WB is actually, because at this point, she seems optimistic, right? And she's like, they're going to announce something soon. We're working on it now. So it was going to go forward, as far as she knew, earlier in the day.
And she kind of alludes to the possibility that she may be considering Ray Porter for Darkseid at this point.
Well, she doesn't want to say, but yeah, it's at 3:09 p.m., April 1st, okay? And then Ray Porter saying, "Please stop pestering at Ava." I would, of course, every person's different, but I would say, yeah, he does a great Darkseid, or comment on like that too. I would say anything's possible or something like that. But yeah, that was still a nice comment. It's still nice. Go ahead,
RJ.
Yeah.
No, RJ, I appreciate that comment, but here's the thing. People like Space Tomb are not people who actually watch my content. So when people try to throw shade at me, I think it's funny because A, you're not a subscriber. You don't watch anything that I do. but you're here for a reason. I respect it, but do a little fact checking before you try to talk trash in the chat. But RJ, appreciate you. I don't really need you to defend me
of course.
because
I
these
just
things
wanted to
happen
go
all the
in.
time lately because I get myself involved in all kinds of shenanigans on the internet, and it doesn't really bother me. It's just funny that these are people. Remember, somebody came to my giveaway my video and commented I was an e-beggar. Just remember that. Just remember
you're giving away something.
Yeah, so somebody came to my comments on my giveaway video
you're an e-giver.
Called me an e-beggar and I needed a job, which I found very ironic. They deleted it, but again, these are the type of people that we're dealing with. So just don't give them attention on my behalf. If I want to address it, I'll address it. But I appreciate that comment, RJ. But no need. I can handle it myself.
All right. Okay, so do you okay, the panel first. We'll start with Rhea and then Eddie. Do you think this seems like she's being optimistic at this point in the day?
No, I think she is admitting defeat here. And if I'm being honest, she's kind of, subtly alluding to her, like the word upset. Like,
well, this isn't the tweet that that was in the news articles. This is a different tweet.
Sorry, this is the one before that.
Yeah, because I was like, damn it, Rhea, you're completely going against everything I just said.
God damn it!
No, this is the first tweet before it was announced she was canceled. So if you just take this tweet, maybe read it again. I'll read it again. This is what people were adding her. Why don't you get Ray Porter for Darkseid? And she says, thank you, Ray. You've been nothing. But he says, stop pestering Ava. So she responded, thank you, Ray. You've been nothing but gracious towards me. Appreciate you. And fans who supported. I'm told the studio will be speaking about the recent decision about New God's character soon. I hope our paths cross one day, sir. If not in the fourth world, then in another. So no,
he doesn't have his glasses on.
I have him here. That comment alone, without the context of what we know happened later, just based on this sounds like, oh, maybe she's a little optimistic. They're trying to fix script problems, and then they'll announce what they're going to do in a few months, right?
Well, what Zod mentioned just now about her history or track record of like blocking people who even mentioned the Snyder Cut and at her talking about it, good or bad. I didn't know that at all. Just until like well,
that's according to this source.
Well, you could clearly see the Twitter history, right? So anyone can like refer to it.
I trust the source. I believe you, Zod.
And like not only that, so like that totally like changes the perception I had of this tweet like before I hopped on the stream with y'all. Like now, like it's sort of like, well, why now are you okay talking about the Snyder Cut? Is it because it's like it's talent like who has worked on the series before, like that makes it valid to acknowledge, or like is there something else? Like, so I have a totally different perception that's like kind of hard for me to describe right now, but because of the added context that Zod shared, like I feel like her acknowledging it finally publicly instead of just blocking someone, it's kind of like, well, are you just acknowledging it because it's Ray Porter, or are you acknowledging it because like where there's smoke there's fire, and you know that the end is coming?
Yeah, she's acknowledging it because the end is near for her. I mean, it's clear. Because she actually makes a point to address Ray Porter, and as Ray Porter is, of course, defending her. I mean, Ray Porter defended her when he was on Poindexter Lounge the other day with the other Ray, with Ray Fisher. I mean, it's, nobody is really throwing shade at Ava. I mean, Ava's a good filmmaker and she should be able to do her project. I think it was cool that she got such a high profile project like New Gods. But the thing is, when you have an actor like, Ray Porter, who played Darkseid in such an epic, awesome way, and somebody's asking you questions, but to be fair, the people she was blocking, they were asking her about Ray Porter before we actually got a chance to see Ray Porter as Darkseid. So now that we've actually had a chance to see Ray Porter as Darkseid, and we know how awesome he is in the role, maybe even Ava thinks that Ray Porter is awesome as Darkseid. You know, you never know.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now Eddie, Brian, and then RJ, and everyone except Saggy because she's trying to expose me, and I'm muting her. Oh, she's muted.
I can unmute my. No, I can do.
No.
You sense Max. Don't kill me. You can't.
I don't know. It's the YouTube messing with the dislike button. It's affecting Saggy too.
It's the algorithm.
I think she does a lot of dislikes. That's why it's muting her. Now she's muting herself because I tapped it so many times.
It's the algorithm.
All right, Eddie.
What the heck?
Eddie was sleeping.
Oh, he was taking a nap.
Is that a clue, Eddie? Like, we need to hear more from Eddie. What do you take? What do you take this comment? Do you think she thought her project still might have a future at this moment in time?
When I saw this, and I did not know about the blocking the Restore the Snyderverse people either. I did not. Even with that, I still would have let it slide. Like it's something else. Her project with the New Gods, and I would have accepted it. You know, I know some people are probably saying in that fandom saying, "Oh, that's what you get for blocking us." But when I saw this tweet and then her backing up Ray Porter in my head, I was like, "Oh, that means it could pave a way for him to be in the movie." I did not at all think it would be within the same day, especially in April Fools, that it was going to get canceled.
All right.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay, Brian, and then RJ, and not Saggy. Please, no Saggy.
To me, it sounds like a concession speech.
This one?
Yeah, it sounds like what you do when you lose an award.
I completely took this a different way. I completely took this like she's working on the script, and then they're going to announce when they're doing her project next after they make all these other announcements for Black Adam.
No, I think she knew about what was going on, and she was just kind of trying to get ahead of things, I imagine.
Okay.
So I mean, to me, it sounds very conciliatory. Like, we gave it our run, like a coach explaining why they lost the big game. You know what I mean? We gave 100%, but
okay, my guy.
For some reason, God dang. But anyways, as far as this goes, I honestly forgot about that whole thing. Like, it was so out of like anyone's range of like possibilities or time that it was just like, whatever.
I mean, does anybody remember the Trench movie? I totally forgot they announced that.
I totally forgot about it.
I used it as a joke.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's because nobody wanted the movie, nobody asked for the movie, and nobody cared that it was coming. And
I was going to put the trench on there, like, yeah.
The same thing about the Amazon's movie too.
All right,
RJ,
your comments on there, and then we'll get to the next tweet.
Yeah, no, I mean, I covered this a little bit with Eddie on my own stream, plug, but but no, I mean, the thing about this, in my opinion, is just more so, I think it is a bit of a concession speech, like Brian was saying. I think, obviously, she knew something was about to go down, something was going up with this project, and she knew, like, hey, might as well clear the air about this now while we should. And, I mean, the thing also, too, I would say is, Lewis, no, never, not in a million years.
Nope, nobody wants that. That's an OnlyFans no one asked
for. Okay.
I'm sorry. But no, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you read the article from THR where Warner Brothers gave a public statement to them, they were kind of like, well, you never know. We could always reach out to her again. I mean, you guys know that she's doing a CW show for them, right? Ava's doing that Naomi show for CW.
Yeah. And she'll probably get another project too. They'll probably give her like a HBO Max show or something.
That's what I was thinking, HBO Max movie or show.
Yeah.
Because A Wrinkle in Time was such a box office bomb for them, for Disney, and Disney doesn't really have box office bombs. So it's like, I feel like sometimes the studio will be like, do we really want to give this lady like $200 million right now? Or like, should we like let her do something a bit more risky on like a streaming platform,
Right, exactly.
Neon, I don't know. She muted herself now. I don't know what's going on. Neon Sci-Fi, because I tried to unmute her. Neon Sci-Fi asked a question. Hey, everyone, did Max do another clickbait here, or do we really get a Justice League 2 announcements? Yeah, I did clickbait.
You know what? At least you were honest.
Yeah.
Wow, why are you clickbaiting people, Max? See, this is why I'm exposing you.
I hate clickbait. but that's what people do on YouTube. But we are going to talk about Justice League 2 announcements. When are they actually going to say what's going on? Because here's the next part of Ava DuVernay, and this is what I was trying to say. Is my takeaway here was that she might have been seeing optimistic here, and then an hour later, this is 309, and then this is the next tweet. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, I find it very telling that she had no idea what was coming. All she knew was that some kind of announcement was being made, which is very interesting.
No, I guess I'm the only one that this is exactly what I was. This was the whole idea for the video. This is very revealing that they are going to do something with Snyder, and Darkseid's going to be a big part of it, and she's not needed anymore. Let alone it was stagnant. It was rewriting scripts for like the 5th time. But I think this is a completely change in tone, and this is
it's a change in direction from the studio too.
I mean, from the tweets from 309 to 451,
right?
I think they pretty much said when she was tweeting that out, oh, we'll see what happens, and saw that interaction, and someone told her they said decide to rip the Band-Aid off for Ava so she can move on to another project instead of putting 6 months in a project that's not going to get greenlit. That's my speculation. But she says, Tom, I loved writing New Gods with you. I'm upset that the saga of Barda, Scott, Granny, Highfather, and the Furries ends this way. Diving into Kirby's Fourth World was the adventure of a lifetime. That cannot taken away. Thanks for your friendship, and remember, Darkseid is. So that's what really got people talking yesterday. And I don't know if they Walter Hamad, it has a lot to do with it, Walter. Oh, I got to address Zeno, too. We're getting a lot of feedback for someone. I don't know who that is.
Somebody's moving furniture.
Okay. I'm eating a hamburger, so I'm just off camera.
I've been muted.
You're not muted anymore.
I was. I muted myself. Stop muting me, man.
You're muting yourself.
You're doing it.
I got to address something about Zeno, too. He said Hamada Burger was potentially a racist joke.
Is it?
No.
I keep hearing about that.
No. It's not. I don't know if he was trolling or not, but I did research. Trolling. When people said something like that, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, Zeno? It's about we want a steak dinner with the Snyderverse, and Hamada's trying to give us crappy fast food Hamada burgers. And when we say we don't like it, he's like, no, take it. This is what you get. Enjoy.
I just thought it was a funny meme. I didn't think it was anything serious.
I'm holding it in, but I want to call. I'm desperately waiting to call you out.
Just do it because, no one agrees with me with my take anyway.
I need Brian. I need Brian here for this.
I think she was shell shocked when she was saying, "Oh, they're going to announce something soon," and then an hour and a half later.
Don't
you think it's really sus though that she decides to acknowledge New Gods on social media literally less than an hour before getting blasted? Don't you think she would have saw that coming?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, I think WB is such a mess that they haven't even locked down Michael Keaton. I pretty much think they saw her tweeting it out, and she said they're going to announce something in 6 months, and they're like, "Ooh, we better tell Ava it's not going to happen." That's my speculation. You think I really believe this. I think they launched social media, and she kind of spilled the beans a little bit there. Oh, we're going to announce something. They're going to announce something with the direction of the characters in 6 months. And then they basically said, we got to tell Ava the truth. And then she went out and admitted the truth.
April Fools.
That's how I think how unorganized. Look, we've all been in the workplace. We're all workers here. We're not full-time YouTubers. Have you ever worked somewhere where management is so disorganized that things only happen?
Lots of places.
Yes, yeah. Most places. Most places we don't work at are MCU Kevin Feige. I think that's how it went. That's my interpretation of how it went down. She's like, oh, they're going to announce something. We're working on, and she's thinking, we're working on the script. I've been doing it the pandemic. They announced a new script writer, Tom King, a year ago, and they're ironing that out. It was still a go. Walter Hamada wanted this project. This is one of his projects he wanted the most. Someone dropped out. I don't know who dropped out.
God.
A little unstable.
All right. And I think someone told her, and then she just went out and just pulled off the Band-Aid herself to let everyone know. I think things are rolling with Darkseid. in his next appearance. So I believe we're going to see Darkseid again. I think you can't contain that. Well, we'll get your thoughts, and then I guess I'll let Saggy expose me, and you don't have to go to OnlyFans to see it. Saggy's going to do it for free right here. All right.
God, every time there's a woman on a panel, there's always like a few people who are going, OnlyFans, OnlyFans, OnlyFans. And I'm just like, bro, calm down.
Rhea just busted on all you simps in the chat. Yeah, exactly.
All you thirsties out there.
When a lady's on the panel, all you thirsty chat members are totally talking about OnlyFans. Well, you know, Saggy's been trying to catfish people with her icon. She's been using that everywhere now. What is it, Raven? There you go.
Well, I don't know if I define it as catfishing.
You should just change.
I feel. I mean,
Saggy, you need to
Are you
change
saying my body doesn't look like that, Max?
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know. So how's it catfish?
I have to watch I have to watch Tuck and Roll show more to see.
But my face is still the same. My face is still the same.
Yeah.
That's my face.
Yeah.
That's my face.
Well, you should change your title here to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Subscribe to Max's OnlyFans.
Okay. All right. So this is amazing. I thought my panel was going to agree with me. No one thinks that she was shell shocked that she's
no. I was going to say, Max, I do agree with you a little bit.
Okay.
I would say, like, I think that I don't think she knew what the announcement was going to be today or the other day when they announced it got canceled. I just think she knew something was finally going to happen, and I don't think she was ready. But I think she tweeted that thing out about Ray Porter because she just wanted to like make peace before anything got announced because she knew either the movie gets canceled and I had to say something that way, you know, I can graciously move on with Ray Porter, or two, if the movie does go forward, I know for a fact I'm not casting Ray Porter as Darkseid, so let me just tweet something to like clear the air that people will get off my back about this.
Zeno, I'm sorry, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but Darkseid looked legit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he looked cool.
I don't think it looked like obviously CGI. I think it looked pretty legit, on par with Thanos for me. Unless I'm completely delusional.
No, he looked good to me. I didn't see any problem with it.
All right.
Yeah, me either.
Okay. Saggy, there's your chance to expose me. Okay, nothing.
Ooh, nice Death Note scroll. Wall scroll.
Nothing to say. Okay. What is she doing?
She's getting ready. She's like getting the documents ready to expose you, I guess.
Getting the receipts ready.
I have some more articles here too. Since
I will say that like, although I don't think Ava was like shell shocked by the announcement, I will say that like they definitely screwed her over. Like she spent years, like even though she got paid, and so there's no harm, no foul there. It's just like that's like time and energy that you put into this project that now is just like either shelved indefinitely or is like, you know, gonna get like trashed, and you know someone else is gonna come through and like totally like stomp all over your creative vision, you know, or like come through and just revise it all the way to where we get like a Justice League of like the New Gods or something like that, basically. So I feel for her for that. I don't think it's cool that she was like blocking Snyder fans like just for like asking her simple questions about her project, but I still think that she's like a super cool creative, you know, director and stuff.
If the Snyder fans were basically telling her who to cast obnoxiously, like that basically that's what we got from Ray Porter, is like stop adding her constantly. So there might have been a lot. Are you ready, Saggy? Everyone's waiting.
Oh yeah. So Brian, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this, Brian? Brian, do you remember the stream we did like a few weeks ago after Gina Carano did her interview with Ben Shapiro? Do you remember that interview?
I know what this shit's about. I know.
Do you remember that interview, Brian? Yeah,
Yes,
you remember that interview, right? Remember how we felt about that? And remember when a certain Mad Max said when she was talking about the pronouns in her bio and how people were giving her crap? And do you remember what Max said about that?
Not exactly, but can you remind
I believe
everybody?
he said something around the
No
lines
one's
of like,
pressuring Gina Carano to do anything, and I'm not falling for that
hold
shit.
on. So Eddie, did you not do a video today talking about what was that? You want to explain it to us, Eddie? So Max can get some context.
His video. I saw his video.
So
why I didn't watch it, but I saw what it was about.
So to give you context,
man.
Sarah Paulson, who is a very well-known actress who is lesbian, so she's part of the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
She was recently pressured by Twitter people to put pronouns in her bio. And you know what she told them? Or you could just leave people alone. Now, granted, she could have. What if she did put a beep bop boop in her pronoun, Max? Huh? And you said,
well, that would be a troll.
But you said that no one pressured her.
No one pressures Gina. She's not going to do anything. She felt.
Okay,
you really believe that she felt pressure to do anything?
No, Max. An actual LGBTQ actress was also getting pressured to put a pronoun in her bio.
Okay, that's ridiculous, but don't mock them either.
But you said,
but Gina was mocking them. I don't feel that this.
It wasn't a mock. It wasn't a mock.
No,
it wasn't a mock.
It's trolling.
Yeah,
that's not a mock.
That's trolling.
That's trolling.
It's trolling.
That's why I had to make that video to call you out.
That's a troll.
Right, it's a troll.
Do you really believe? Oh, poor Gina Carano felt so much pressure. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm calling you out, Max, because you said that she wasn't pressured, and other actors and actresses are being pressured the same way Gina was pressured. She just combated it the way she combated it. So I'm calling you out, Max.
No one's got. I'm not putting pronouns in my bio, but I'm not going to mock people that do.
Right, you don't have to put pronouns in your bio, but the whole point is she handled that the way she felt she had to handle it, and you gave her shit for it, Max. And I'm calling you out because Sarah Paulson, who is part of that community, was also pressured by Twitter people in the same way they pressured Gina Carano.
She gave a more clear response, though. What the hell?
Well, no,
let me do the mic drop again. Hold on, let me do the mic drop again.
The joke didn't land very well. I mean, that's the main difference. Like,
right.
I think she was trying to be funny, and the joke didn't land very well. So, sorry.
Well, no, she got applauded by the Fandom Menace for doing that, and they all did it. They all had it.
Of course, because that's their gig. That's their angle. They've always been about that third wave feminism crap. You know, where they just like they call it out in everything. Everything. Like even when it's not there. That's where I stopped liking it, because it's like, dude, wokeness doesn't bother me. It's just going out of your way to point it out does. Like, it's like,
well, Zeno, thanks for agreeing with me for once. That was I'm let down. That's all you got.
No.
Pause, anyone else have anything to expose me on?
Oh, wait, no, there's more. So hold on, pause. First of all, here's the thing.
We're losing viewers.
I don't care.
We don't want to talk about.
Stop telling people that you're not being pressured. Sorry, but y'all can't be doing that. That stuff is my pet peeve. Stop telling people how to handle situations that they want to handle.
You're talking about Gina Carano.
Exactly, but who cares if that's how she wants to handle?
She lost her job because she wouldn't bend the knee.
Okay, but I'm just saying she lost the job. Cool, but at the end of the day, Zeno, I'm yelling at Zeno. I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at Zeno. I'm yelling at Zeno right now.
I think we're kicking Saggy.
How about we just stop pressuring people to put pronouns in their bios? That sounds like a good idea to me.
But I agree.
Mind your own effing business.
I agree, but don't
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Don't mock them either, because it's some people like to put the religion in their bios too. It's a religion. A lot. I'm not speaking for the LGBTQ community. I'm saying for a lot, it's like a religion.
Look what
a lot of them.
Crying.
A lot can. I'm not trying to explain for them, but they can feel like that's their family and that's the religion, because actual religion may have kicked them out and lost family because of it. So that's why it's so important to certain individuals. I'm not saying everyone. I'm not trying to speak for them. I'm just saying, but that shouldn't be something like mock. Just like you shouldn't mock someone for their religion or their politics. Okay, I got to get better at something. All right, let's move on to something better.
You made Saggy cry, Max. Now she's crying.
Michael, I thanks for sharing. I never asked. I don't. Okay, making your future ex-wife cry. Michael Garvey's going after everyone. Damn, this stream is hell fun. All right, let's get the movie. Well, Saggy, you got to do better next time. Go, yeah, please. That's what we need. Snowdub does any? We haven't had Snowdub on here in a while.
It's true.
No, Mad Max is bullying me.
I'm
We
not
need-
bullying
we need
you.
Puff to come on and settle the situation.
I shot you. I shot you down. I was ready to
You
get
didn't shoot me down.
exposed.
I called you out because it happened to another actress, and that was the point I was making. And you were mean about it. And
Okay,
then you
well,
teamed
she-
up with Zeno, and you picked on me.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on. Let's go.
All right. So they're getting hugs in the chat.
Thank you.
Uh,
Oh no,
What's
like
the-
this. I'm actually
How's it
like
go?
I'm actually like really thinking about this topic. Like, is it the aggressive manner that Gina was being asked to put pronouns in her bio, or is it like
I think
just
that's
the act alone?
I think it's disingenuous to think that she would be bow to peer pressure to do anything she doesn't want to do. She lost her job because she wouldn't do the peer pressure of what her bosses wanted her to do.
All she had to do was be clear about it.
I hope Gina Carano shows up at
But we're
Max's
gonna
house,
we're gonna
kicks his door down,
I hope she
pins
does
him
too.
down.
If I get my ass kicked, that would be okay.
And he tells you, "You're not a good actress." Ah!
maybe I'm just missing the point, but like maybe someone could correct me, but like if like someone like who was trans like just message me, hey, do you mind putting your pronouns in your bio, just to acknowledge that that your allyship and create a safe space for your followers, blah blah blah, all these reasons that it exists. I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, I guess like for myself, like I never thought to do it, but I would go ahead and do it because it's like such a small act to show allyship, So I guess I don't know if that's the point that we're trying to say, like whether or not it's a valid act or not. So yeah, I guess that's just my perspective.
I'm happy.
It's just the way way you go about it, though.
Yeah.
Matt
okay,
and Ryan
there's
are
all
here.
kind of.
Shh, Matt and
It's
Ryan
all
are
right.
here.
Wow, we're getting.
Yeah, look, Zud's back now.
All right, let's get the movie topics now that Ryan. I it's very interesting what you said, Rhea, but I also want to move off of it because we have differences of opinion in the chat, and I don't want to talk about that specifically.
Let's all fight.
Got it. Sorry.
No. It's not your fault. It's sad.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
It was a thought-provoking topic for sure.
I was so happy to throw that in your face today, and I've been stewing on that all day, and it did nothing. So like whatever, I had a good point, and it was valid, and Brian was somewhat on board with it, and then Zeno
I agree. It's the same thing, but like it's all in the way that
what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I know. We're like, what did we walk into? We're like, should we be here?
They're like,
no.
Okay, bye,
So,
guys.
New Gods, what do you think?
Yeah, I should never made that video to give her the idea.
New Gods, what do you think?
New
It was a good point.
Oh,
you made.
Cannot wait.
How dare you?
Yeah,
I know you two are probably so excited
I
for the
think
trench,
people
right?
should. I think people
Trench,
should mind
Jesus,
their
that was in high demand.
I can't believe they announced that, and we still don't have an Aquaman 2. And this thing came out, $1 billion movie that was 2018, $1 billion, and they're like, you know what?
So they expected Ryan. Do you think they expected Trench to make $1 billion? Because I really feel like they were dumb enough to think that.
Well, this was before the streaming service kind of came into play, so because they were thinking theatrical for this. If they were thinking like HBO Max, just like a series or something, just kind of delving into the trench, then maybe that'd be cool.
Well,
just
here's
to
the
kinda,
funny thing
watch
about that
something.
article, though. The article said that they were going to consider putting it on stream, but they're like, nah, we're good. Which tells me that movie probably wasn't that very good, because even they're like, this isn't even worth us putting money into streaming.
They wasted all that time. And for what reason did they announce this? Because the New Gods has been in development hell for years. Rewrites have happened all over the place. The only thing, Ava DuVernay comes out and is like, still working on it, and like who cares? Like and then you announce it for what reason? Just let it be in development hell forever. But you announce it right now to sort of like, I guess, take more attention away from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Well, Ryan and Matt, since you're fresh, the main topic I was going to say is I think you're on the internet. I think you're fresh. You look fresh. I'm fresh to the topic. Fresh to the topic. Okay, so the Ava DuVernay tweets yesterday. I think she was shell shocked. I think people in the panel mostly disagree with me, which is great for the show.
I think she saw this coming.
No, but she said they're gonna announce something in a few months about what they're gonna do with the characters for New Gods. And then an hour and a half later, she tweets, "Oh well, I appreciate the time I worked with Tom King." I think she tweeted that out. She was expecting possibly the movie going
she
forward.
Did? I didn't see that. See that.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to bring it up again, but basically it was early. It was 3:09.
I'll have to see it to believe it.
Yeah. All right. Damn it. Now we're backtracking. We're not getting anywhere. Let me get. All right. Here.
Yo, is that Saggy Melons?
Yeah,
I've
it
never
is
seen a
actually.
picture of her like that.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
actually her, by the way. Yeah, she did a Raven cosplay.
Man, yeah, she looks like Raven. Holy
It's not
crap!
a reface
She's
at all.
gone. She's not even here now.
No, I know. She can't say anything.
Announcement when she gets to 1K subs, so go sub to her now. She is doing a live stream as Raven.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
Snap! All right,
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
For the record, I think it's funny that people, first of all, didn't realize that my chest is a lot bigger than that.
That's not what they were looking at.
Right. Well, that's give it
to yourself.
a
I mean, she had
did you see
one of those medallion things or whatever, right there, a little ruby on her forehead. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
look at
A little awkward.
I was
to
like,
tell,
yo,
you know.
how does she get that thing to stay?
Well, no, like fun fact, I actually could probably cosplay as that and still look just as good. So it's coming. Just give me a month. Matt is gonna help me with my workout.
This guy?
That guy right there. He's gonna help me.
Oh my gosh! This guy spends like 3 hours. At the
You just
damn
need to
gym.
do your workout routine
I'm like,
in VR.
I'm sorry, dude. Give me an hour. That's it.
Well, you know what it is? I gotta get off the
3 hours
bubble
is good.
tea. That's the biggest thing Matt's fighting me on. Is I gotta get rid of bubble tea.
5 hours.
Okay, thank you, Ray. You've right, Ray Porter. So I've told the studio we'll be speaking of recent decisions and back here soon. I hope to cross paths one day, sir. If not fourth world, then another. Yeah, I mean he was never a part of the project.
I know, but does that sound like she's being a little bit optimistic? Like, soon the studio's going to announce something, and that she didn't at this moment in time. I don't think she knew. And then an hour and a half later, after this, I think they said WB, the chaos is WB. This mismanagement, they're like, we better tell Ava we're not going forward, so she doesn't waste another 6 months on this article.
I didn't know what happened before this because I know that Ray came in and he was pretty upset with people like I guess trolling her or whatever.
Right. He mentioned that on Poindexter Lounge when he was on with Ray Fisher. He was defending Ava a lot. So,
all right, so that was my point. That I thought I was on to something there. No one really agrees. But then
I saw the writing on the wall for the New Gods for a while. I've been toting that for a while. Like
I totally forgot about the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed.
Even if they didn't announce a cancellation, I totally forgot.
When Eternals, RJ said.
Yeah, I mean, once Eternals got announced and it went into production as quickly as it did, and they're pushing it as hard as they are. I mean, for goodness sakes, Chloe Zhao's probably going to win Oscar for Best Director in a few weeks anyway. So the marketing push for Eternals is going to be huge. So yeah, I mean, once Eternals got going, I feel like New Gods was already the writing was on the wall for that movie.
Not really, because
the Snyder Cut
studios do
out.
this all the time, though. I mean, look at like Pixar and what's that other one? DreamWorks. You got robots and what was the one for the other one? WALL-E or something. I mean, you've got like the two different. You got the Snow White, and then you got the Huntsman or some crap. Or I forgot what. But they always do that. There's always two films that are very similar, so that the studios can kind of compete for. They always do that crap. So just because the other one was announced they're both Jack Kirby characters and stylistic and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the New Gods movie. I'd still be interested, but I'd be interested in the narrative that we saw from Zack Snyder's Justice League about the betrayal of Steppenwolf to his nephew Darkseid, and that would have been an interesting story to find out what all happened there. But of course, that wouldn't have been what Ava brought us. Ava was going to bring something that was more centric to her. She said her favorite character was Barda, Big Barda. And so it would have been more centered around Big Barda and perhaps Mr. Miracle.
Which makes sense because he brought on Tom King to write the script, and he did the Mr. Miracle comic.
Yeah, so, made a great Barda if she didn't ruin her career. that Gina Carano would have made a great Barda.
But that's just your opinion that she ruined her career, dude.
In Disney and Warner Brothers, I don't know. I don't see Warner Brothers hiring her. Maybe
I highly doubt people.
Nobody's ever really ruined. I mean, look at Mel Gibson. I mean, he came back.
Okay.
I mean, what's your definition of come back though? Really, he does like small independent movies or like iTunes movies, you know.
He does.
Which isn't a bad thing. Good for him. I'm sure he's making good money, but it's not like the same level he was though.
Okay, but they always like shelve people for a bit.
I was trying to do an old school Mad Max speculation that things are moving, things are happening. The conversations and the negotiating is heating up. Back to my video last week where I reevaluated the Ann Cernoff article saying they're throwing this out to try to, because negotiations are heating up with Zack and he wants a payday now. Mm-hmm. And this is all part of it. Rip off the Band-Aid for Ava because we're going to have Darkseid back somewhere in one of these projects. And it might be Zack's Darkseid. I think it is.
It has to be, right? He's the only Darkseid.
Yeah, Zack, they knocked it out of the park with Justice League. And I think that's the key element here. Because Justice League was such a success. And
nobody knows that.
Honestly, that's why they kept the
I don't know.
Because they're good. You know,
that's the other reason that they don't want to release numbers is if you release numbers while you're still negotiating with the talent gives them more leverage.
Yes,
gives them more leverage.
It gives
so
them
they
more
are.
leverage, more playing power. Yeah.
I think they're negotiating now. I think Zack also knows they're negotiating, and that's why he's like, keep watching. That puts the pressure up.
Yeah,
those articles are coming out.
And plus, he's still releasing things. He's still showing us things to keep it relevant. So it's inevitable that it's coming.
They ripped the Band-Aid off Ava the other day, and I think she was a little bit blindsided. I think she still thought it was a possibility. I think they were still working on the script during the pandemic.
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith was working on that god-awful Superman Lives script forever, you know, and they didn't go forward with that. I don't think it was just money. I mean, because they pay them to make treatments and write drafts and stuff like that. So, I mean, she had revenue. You know, you didn't get the movie, but she was still getting paid.
No, here's another question I have for everyone because we all want Zack Snyder's vision to continue. We want Justice League 2 to happen. Now, if it does, do we want it to stick exactly to his plan, or is there room to incorporate some new characters, like say Rock, Black Adam, and some others, Shazam, into Justice League 2? Is there room to? Do you think he would?
I feel like we already have the answer to that in a way. I feel like Zack has already said that some of the stuff that was originally he was going to do has changed and evolved a little bit over time. I mean, that's what happens when you're a creative. You know, new ideas pop into your head over time. So,
are you referring to the leaked storyboards when we saw for 2 and 3?
Yeah, from the museum.
I'm not gonna lie, some of that stuff. I was like, I kind of don't.
I didn't watch.
It's just too much.
Well, do you think that? If it does go forward, even if it goes back to theatrical, will Zack adapt to some of the things that's happened in the DCEU and incorporate characters that
absolutely.
If it's relevant to a story, yes.
If it's relevant to a story, yeah.
I just keep thinking The Rock in Justice League 2 with Darkseid and all that all together would be, if they do decide to go to the theater, that would be a slam dunk.
He would definitely work with people, and he's working. You know, he has a whiteboard. He's working on the treatment for or at least the outline for what he would do for his next Nightmare movie, and then the third film. But what he said last year was that he's working on what he would call his movie as an Elseworlds movie, meaning that he's not going to compromise his story to fit somebody else. Like if The Rock wanted to, hey, can I join in? He's not going to go out of his way to work The Rock into the movie. If there's a way for The Rock to segue, or if Zack comes up with it, it's like, hey, I've got this thing, and you could do it, and it'd be really cool. Like with the Martian Manhunter and Jon Stewart and all that. He has ideas that he can, same thing with what he did with Jared Leto. Jared Leto was not in the mix. You know, he brought Jared Leto
Okay,
into it because he was like, yeah, you know, I had the idea. Not somebody else had the idea, and he had to conform to, you know, something that like David Ayer was like, you know, I'd love to see my character continue. Can you do something? No, Zack had the idea, so Zack is going to do it. So what it would be, in my opinion, is that Zack makes his next 2 films, and if other directors want to connect their movie to his universe, they have the right to do so. If they want to take some artistic licenses and, like, you know, make it to where like the Atlanteans don't have to use the clicking underwater, they can just talk, you know, then that's their right to do so, as long as they bring a fire story.
This is an actual website.
Yes, it's a website now.
I saw this on Sills and Super Team Megaforce. Welcome to hamadaburger.com. You'll eat it and like it because I say so. Organically sourced, made with 100% BS.
Yes.
Notice, and then it has a little asterisk. Notice we are out of these cuts of steaks. Snyder and Ayer. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Snyder and Ayer cuts.
Oh my God, it's a good burger meme. Yes.
That's awesome. There's even a merchandise section.
May I take your order?
Actually, though, Max, I just thought about this, like, just while we were talking about this, about Snyder, like, using other characters and stuff. There's that whole, I don't know if you guys have heard, I mean, I'm sure everyone here has heard about the Green Lantern situation with the Snyder Cut. There was concept art, and they already cast an actor, and apparently they, like, were getting ready to film it.
They did film it.
They filmed it. Oh, they did film it. Okay.
It exists.
Yeah.
So he was there the same day.
Like, yeah.
Harry Lennox was there to film.
That's why to me it's like, well, even then they're still interfering with his vision in a way, you know? So it's like, would they really give him access to other characters that they're using in other movies and shows?
Well, it depends on how committed they are, though, RJ, to the direction that Zack is going. By them getting rid of New Gods and by them getting rid of Trench and basically freeing up Slate space, it's a good indication that they're making a course correction, and perhaps that means that we'll see the Snyderverse take over again. That's the indication that I'm getting, because New Gods was supposed to be huge for them. That was something that they thought was going to basically take everybody's mind off the Snyder Cut, and they just removed that obstacle. So
well let's examine, and maybe Ray, you want to tackle this after you drink. No, I'm just kidding. You take your drink first. We'll go to Eddie first. Zeno seems to think that this is trolling on Menace levels, and it's kind of a toxic troll with Hamada. I think
the Hamada thing.
It's subjective. What did you mean by saying it was across the line before the Hamada burger thing? Tell me your thoughts. Eddie, do you think it's across the line? Is this toxic behavior, or is it a fun meme troll because he's not listening to us and we want him to take our order? I want steak. I don't want a hamburger.
And then
Eddie, you're first. What do you think?
I think it is fun, but I can see how some people can see it that way, because when I saw this, I thought about whatever it is, something like that with like Ryan Johnson or something. So
but Eddie, people can take your shirt. People can take your shirt people can take your shirt, your shirt that you're wearing right now as offensive in the same way that Zeno's taking them out of burgers.
It's subjective. I
wouldn't lie there.
I don't think all memes are toxic. I think if you start attacking someone for something they can't change or something they believe in or the race or something, that's different. Or they want social justice.
Right, they're not attacking Walter Hamada on any kind of racial or
right. It's a meme because he won't take our damn order.
Right. It's a meme because you're leaving money on the table and you're not giving the customer what they want. They want that Ayer steak, that Snyder steak.
Yeah,
it's
well
done.
What do you think? Is that across the line troll, or do you want a steak and he won't take your order?
No,
you don't eat steak, I think.
Rhea likes meat, right? Rhea?
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah, I do keto, so meat and cheese are.
I misunderstood. You said something before, they were talking about some recipe. I thought you were also vegan or something. Okay.
No. Anyway, God. So like now that I know what Hamada burgers are, I'm like, yeah, all he wants to do is like make the cheapest movie possible with like known IPs. And then try to flip it to make like spend 20 million and make like 100 million or 200 million. That might not smash it out of the park, but that's like, 5-10x, like profit for the studio.
His
and that's
horror
great
movie
for, like,
mentality.
Yeah, that's great for like, the shareholders and, the board of directors, whoever the heck he has to answer to. So that's where his brain's at. He's not actually thinking to make quality content and invest in, effects and invest in talent and the time it takes to establish an ongoing, like growing cast of characters who all interact with one another in an ongoing series of movies. Like he's not willing to put his voice out to make the investment, like and neither is anyone else, like on this, like, panel of, like, folks who are the decision makers at the studio, in my opinion.
I wish he was a waiter. I would call for the manager. This guy won't take my order. He wants to order me.
I'm Ann Sarnoff. I'm the manager.
No.
Oh no!
Why treat the customers this way?
Because F them. That's why.
That's why.
Welcome to Pop Copy.
What's on your order, Zeverfett?
I eat meat.
You gonna take a Hamada burger? What are you ordering? You want a Snyder steak?
Yeah. What I want is not on the menu. So
okay.
There's a secret menu.
Yeah, it's a secret menu. So
but we've already seen what Hamada's secret sauce is all about, right?
I don't know what. All right. I don't want to know what that is. Yeah, I don't. I'm confused on that one. I don't want a secret sauce. No.
Well, listen. So is the Batman considered one of the Hamada burgers, or is it like a Royale with cheese, or like it's a little extra spicy? Because that's like the one thing I'm excited.
It's got a lot of hands involved, so I mean. There's a little bit of
they changed chefs. They changed chefs like 6 times when they were developing that movie. So
no, it's like fast food. You have different stations. Okay, you got the guy that drops the buns down the chute, dude that shoots the mayonnaise and the mustard. You got the guy that puts the cheese, the pickles, everything else on it. You know what I mean? So you got like 5 different hands on that burger before it goes into your mouth.
Right.
So basically,
remember
that sounds totally like accurate to like these movies that are basically on an assembly line, like just being like shipped to us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So open your mouth, shut up, and eat it, nerd.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Oh wow.
No tip.
Give us your money.
Offensive.
So RJ sent me this Zack Snyder's cut John Stewart Green Lantern art revealed. I don't know if this is actually legit or not.
It is 100% legit.
Yeah, that's legit.
Okay. So this
By
is
the way, just so you guys know, the actor in that picture, his name is Mr. Wayne T. Carr. He was going to be Jon Stewart. Wayne T. Carr.
Oh yeah, he was in Bird Box.
Okay.
He was in he was in that one movie about LGBTQ black folks. Fuck, I forgot sorry I cursed, but like RJ, I think you know the name. I think you mentioned it. Sorry.
I'm trying to think. I mostly know him from Bird Box, but I'll pull up his Wikipedia and see if I can figure out which movie he was in.
It won the Oscar, but then like there was this thing where like someone announced it and it was like the wrong movie.
RJ is the guy in the chair.
I have it.
Moonlight.
Yeah. So, yeah, those 2 movies.
Oh, I wanted to see that one. I didn't see that yet. Hey, Goldman. Yeah, there. And let's get something to stay angry. No, don't stay angry.
Stay angry.
Scott Mendelson's article, Forbes article.
Oh, this stupid thing.
Don't read it. Don't read it.
Don't read it.
Waste of time.
Scott,
no,
Scott wrote that article. Scott wrote that article because he likes getting spanked by Zack Snyder. So
he wants to stay relevant. It's low hanging fruit.
No, he doesn't even want to stay relevant. It's just to get clicks. That's all.
Well, that's what I mean. It's to get clicks. He wants to stay relevant. He wants to have the clicks so that people can say, "Oh, hey, you're still relevant. We'll still employ you."
Warner Brothers and DC Films don't need to restore the Snyderverse. Okay.
Yeah. His whole argument basically is that audiences rejected the last 2 Snyder movies at the box office, so why should they make them?
He's trying to spin it. I'm under the impression that this means things are in talks, definitely behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's saying, they were never going to happen anyway, so neither announcement is a surprise. We've heard little to nothing about either project. So he's saying no big deal. The timing is really, they would not, it's the timing. It's the timing. So don't read that article. Actually, block the hell out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste my time. Anything Scott Mendelson puts out, just ignore.
I mean, I'd rather.
That's why I call him Scott
article.
Mendelson.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about Scott Mendelson that's funny to me. I feel like he does do generally good box office reporting. It's just when he starts putting his opinions in his articles where it just takes a nosedive because it just starts getting into like just really crappy writing and just like nonsensical stuff.
Yeah.
All right. There is a Geekosity article that just came out that gives lots of speculation on what they actually want to do for a Hamada Justice League 2. So I am bringing in the theme of the show, but it's not going to be this pictured here of what Hamada actually wants to do, and it might make you sick on your Hamada burgers, even when you thought you didn't want a Hamada burger.
Yeah. Max, you know my theory, right? That because of all these DC announcements, I do think they're going to announce a Justice League 2 that's not a Snyder cut Justice League 2, right? I still think that's a possibility that's happening. That Geekosity article kind of shows me.
I think things are moving fast. Most of my speculation I've done on Movie Talk and YouTube for years is things happen the weekend after. Nothing really happens until the
they weren't prepared. The truth is, they weren't prepared for the Snyder cut to be successful the way it is. They were not prepared for the type of numbers that they got. It's.
I wouldn't be surprised
a game
if they
changer.
are messing with.
You were hoping it sucked.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they're micromanaging the hell out of who's the guy that's doing the Flash movie?
Andy Muschietti.
And the Rock, and they might try to bring it back around. I really think it's that big.
I mean, my thing is, I think what's going to happen is they're going to announce a new Justice League movie. They're not going to call it Justice League 2. They'll call it like JLA or something like that. They'll announce that to be like, hey, guys, don't worry about Snyder Cut anymore. We're doing something else. Please get excited. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up in their faces. People are gonna get very upset, and then they'll come out with Snyder Cut announcement.
Well, you think they're just gonna recast everyone, or
no? Like it's gonna be like a reboot. Because remember, Black Adam is setting up the Justice Society, right? So I feel like they're gonna like say, "Hey, we're doing a new Justice League movie with an all new cast, and only Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot and Ezra Miller are coming back."
They should delay.
I don't. Jason's not gonna come back for that.
I got a hot take. I think that there's a strong possibility that this Flash movie may end up getting delayed. I just have this feeling.
I just was going to say that. I said the Flash is going to probably get delayed. Okay. So I think so. Okay.
No. But I just have this feeling that it's that due to this shakeup and all these changes, I think there's a possibility that movie could end up at least getting. I
think it's already getting delayed.
Eddie is going to feel real sympathetic to Zack because they're going to try to mess it up after it's done filming.
Well, remember, the reason Flash got delayed also, too, is because of COVID and also because they were supposed to film Fantastic Beasts in that's those studio lots. So Flash couldn't move in to start filming until Fantastic Beasts wrapped. So I don't know what the status of that movie is. It seems like they're getting ready to film this month, but I still wouldn't be shocked if there's delays. Like, what if there's like another Batman situation where an actor gets sick or something, too? So, I mean, you never know.
Zeno's really trying to push that we should denounce the Hamada Burger thing, and it's not a light troll. It's not the same it's not the same as a pioneer in the industry like Kathleen Kennedy, and I don't like her either, but saying she has an agenda only for identity politics and feminism, and that's it. And
listen, we just want Hamada to be more. We just want Hamada to be more open.
She's only good to get coffee. No, he has shown us that he does not want to listen to fans.
Did that say Famal?
No, it's a female.
I disagree, Zeno. I think it's completely different. Although
it is different, but I mean, yeah, okay. You guys need to take that website down.
Effective immediately.
Clearly trolling this poor guy. I mean, we really can't leave a Yelp review or anything like that for the guy.
Oh, that would be funny. Can we go? You leave Yelp reviews for Hamada Burger.
I mean, do they do DoorDash?
well, actually, here's what I'll say about
I am
Hamada.
not satisfied with the
just to be like
DCU.
nice. Here's what I'll say about Hamada. Just to be nice. That DC fandom panel where it was him, I believe, Greg Berlanti, and someone else I can't remember. That was a really interesting interview because that's the weird thing with Hamada. He's not like a Feige where we get to like really see him a lot on stage or anything. He seems like a distant figure to the fandom. So I feel like that's why a lot of times we do sometimes maybe give him more of a hard time because we really can't pick his brain and see what he's really thinking. We can like judge him by the corporate actions he's taking. So, I mean, there's that, just to like, be a little nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear more because Eddie and Rhea, do you, if the Snyderverse goes forward and they announce 2, would you like to see more incorporation of characters they were planning, or do you want him to just stick to his original outline? Do you want to see The Rock in there too? You want him to work it out? What would you want to see in Justice League 2, or just stick to the plan, the Snyderverse, and be its own thing?
I think that. Oh, you can go first if you want. You can go first.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Yeah. So I feel like to answer your question, I think what we got with Zack Snyder's Justice League was a mix of like his original plan as well as additional time to flesh it out even further and like evolve it. So I think like when we get, or if we were to get Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, like we would get like, his original plan, but like, but with like even more, development and thought and, time and, changes to it as well to make it even better than it would have been originally.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. That goes with what Ryan and
judges.
She's give her some bonus points there. But Ryan was saying about the Joker was not originally going to be in the Snyder Cut, and he rolled that in real easily and successfully. So that's a great thing about Zack is he adapts. I also, before I forget, I had another topic I was thinking of earlier. It just came to mind. Is I think some way to save cinema is the Zack Snyder. The Zack Snyder
snack cut.
Snack on
Wait,
Snyder. What?
And something that could actually save cinemas is have a strong plan, film as much as you can, and have multiple cuts. I really believe in theatrical cuts, director's cuts, and have it an event like in the IMAX. You get the full director's cut. That's a premium. Or you have maybe even if you have day one streaming, you don't have everything. That's a subject for later. Just remind me. So Eddie, do you think Zack can roll with the punches if they go forward and adapt other properties, other characters they were planning? Do you think he should, or just stick to his own thing, his own plan, his own? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it would be that hard to incorporate more characters. I mean, that's the fun of it, though. It's supposed to be a connected universe, right? Shared universe. So why not? They could add lots of characters. Especially those movies will take probably if they do a restore the Snyderverse, those Justice League movies will take a long time to make anyway. So by the time they actually come out, there'll probably be more movies with more characters in it. But yeah, like when it comes to Black Adam and stuff like that, if it makes sense though, like he can just show up out of nowhere after being like a evil bad guy and just say, "Yo, I'm gonna help you guys." I mean, that's the help we needed, but like if it makes sense to the story.
There could be an easy way to introduce him. I was thinking about it like this whole time. Like he could be like, encased in the tomb or whatever. And that could be your Superman versus Black Adam fight, that everybody's been wanting. And that's what The Rock wants. So I think that would be a great way to introduce them.
I really want to see Zack Snyder's version of Supergirl and Green Arrow, especially. I want to see him tackle Green Arrow.
See, here's my thing. I feel like there's been a reason why.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, she's here.
I think there's like a reason why we haven't seen big screen versions of all the DC TV show characters until like I guess the Flash, and then they had Aquaman on the big screen. But I feel like I'm afraid what they're gonna do is the Marvel formula, which is introduce a lot of characters that not many people might know of unless you are hardcore fans of
like
the comic
Birds of
books.
Prey.
Right. So I think that they're gonna if they start doing that, it's like
that's the team, not the characters.
Right, but it's like, but do we care? Like, how many people know or care about the Boomerang, Captain Boomerang? Like, honestly. Honestly, who cares about Captain Boomerang?
Well, yeah,
Any
well, that's
people
why he
that
works
care
for
about-
I like Captain
No,
Boomerang.
Eddie, put your damn hand down. Put your damn hand down.
I like Captain
But
Boomerang.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Sorry, Peacemaker.
Yeah, forget
Oh,
Peacemaker.
who's
I'm pissed he has a
Peacemaker?
show.
Who's
I don't
Peacemaker?
like that guy.
who's
That's
I don't like
the
his
the
character.
wrestler guy.
I know it's John Cena.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows John Cena.
That's the thing. They're gonna try to do. They're gonna try
I'm just
to
glad he's not
emulate.
Captain Marvel.
They're gonna try to
Shazam.
emulate what Marvel did, and they're gonna find out very quickly that they did it a little too late because
They've already tried to do what
Right,
Marvel
well, this
did.
is what I'm saying. DC
Yeah.
has been out and they have been pushing the same 4 superhero characters for like decades, and that's all most people know. That's why they're still doing it. Instead of coming out with a new Batman movie, they
yeah,
should
it's easy
have
money.
made other right. But it's easy money. That's all they cared about is money. Because
Cash
if they
cows.
actually cared about these characters, they would have been doing what Marvel did, which is, mind you, Marvel didn't have much of a choice because they didn't even have the rights to all of their popular comic book characters that we
That's
see
true.
movies about. So it's different
They had
for
to
DC.
start. They had to
Right.
start out with their.
Right, they had to
beat
start
up
out with the
characters.
characters, and they
They
made
still had
it
the good
work.
ones.
They made it right, but they made it work. And
And they
DC,
couldn't bring
DC's not
Spider-Man
gonna do
in
that,
unless
'cause,
they were
again,
successful. Yeah.
you guys already talked about it.
Hmm.
Oh, Peacemaker! Anyone excited to see Peacemaker here? Raise your hand.
Eddie, put it down.
Put your hand down, Ryan. Put your hand down,
You guys
Ryan.
are full of shit.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I like James Gunn. I like James
Yeah.
Gunn, and I trust him.
I mean,
Well, if you like James Gunn and you trust him, then you're the audience
Is
that
going to just be
it
a lot
was
of
made
dick
for.
jokes. Because if it is, then I'm in.
But here's my thing.
That's what I saw.
Notice how all of you hardcore. Notice how most of you guys are really hardcore into DC stuff, right? But why
What?
wasn't everyone's hand up? Because again, there is a divide. Because some people know who Peacemaker is, or whoever the hell he is,
Of
and
course
other
we
people
do.
don't. Right? But other people don't, and that's the problem. Everybody knows Spider-Man. Everybody
Well,
knows the
well,
X-Men.
yeah, as Suicide Squad, there's a lot of characters I don't even know.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's the fun of the
DC
series too.
DC was late with this. They should have been pushing these characters out a few decades back to really get people interested. Like, for instance, Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a very good series. I actually knew who they were because Marvel started putting them in the cartoon series. Where
Yes,
are all
and-
those Where are all those characters
never watched
that
those
we
cartoons.
saw in the DC storyline cartoons? They never made movies about them. They never even put them in other medias outside of that. So they were forgotten. So that's why I say DC right now, Warner Brothers is just really trying to just emulate Marvel, and they're going to fail. 100% have no faith in them. They're going to fail. Put money on it right now. They're going to fail.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
Shaggy,
they had
'cause
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that, if that didn't introduce
What,
a
Matt? You
plethora
want
of
to go?
characters,
You want to go, son? I got pecs too, bro. Let's go. I
Well,
hear you in
here's the thing
background.
too. Every single franchise that has tried to copy Marvel has failed. The stupid Universal monster thing with like the Mummy failed.
The Dark
Like-
Universe, that's what it's called.
Oh
The
yeah,
Dark
the Dark Universe. Remember how big of a rollout that was going for, and like that Mummy movie was like so Marvel-y in a way. Like, oh, secret organization
Oh,
headed up by a
marvelous.
famous actor. You know.
Now, see, do you know where DC? You know what DC should do? And to be honest, they should start doing this.
make movies
Well, no.
Yeah, that's-
Make
instead of canceling them all.
Hold on. Take the biggest well-known cartoon character story arcs that weren't just about Superman and Batman. Take those side stories that really popped off. Bring us Batman Beyond. A lot of people would love to see Batman Beyond on the big screen.
Well, you're gonna get Batman
the
Beyond
Red
just
Hood.
with Batgirl, just with
Right,
Batgirl.
No,
right. Well, I'm saying,
that's
no.
that's not right.
What I'm
That's
saying.
that's not
Wait,
right.
I know,
I'd like to see
but-
Batman
Make
Beyond, but I don't know if the market.
It's Tory
Tory
McGinnis.
whoever
It's
the-
Tory.
Bat-
I
Batman
really don't
Beyond.
know. I think it would be
Tory.
TV series. I really don't think.
But here's the
yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. You don't even have to do a full movie about Batman Beyond, but you could at least include the Batman Beyond thing. Give us something to really bite onto,
No,
see if it works.
Jarbo,
Because
you're
if-
wrong.
And another thing. Oh,
He
what
was
about the
talking
Red
about
Hood?
DC
What about the
animation.
Red Hood? What about the Red Hood?
The new animated series is that they do with DC or shit.
Well,
what
here's
they
the
did
burned
prior
out
was
the-
awesome.
oh, prior.
What they're
They
doing
rebooted
now,
it.
Yeah. Well, no, they've rebooted their animated line again, starting with that new Superman movie. I like that new Superman
Man of
movie.
Tomorrow was horrible. Deathstroke was horrible. It wasn't as good as everything.
I'm excited for
came
that new
before.
Justice League one that's set in World War II,
but
and they're
I
doing the
agree.
Dark
I'm
Halloween.
curious about that one. I'm
I
curious
agree.
about it. I'd love to see it.
I
But
agree
the
with
other
Matt
two,
Jarbo.
I wasn't pleased with.
Right. I agree with Matt Jarbo. DC does fantastic with the animation. They should
Before.
be yes.
Yeah.
No.
Before,
they still
no.
have-
They were, when it was Batman versus Robin, when it was Justice League
There's
versus
your Hawk, man.
Titans.
Their universe.
No.
Yeah, that universe was phenomenal. This universe here that they're making, the Deathstroke animated show is shit. The Man of Tomorrow was not very good at all.
Right.
This next thing that they're doing with the Justice Society is interesting, but again, I doubt it's going to be that good.
What about the 2-part Long Halloween that they just announced? Are you
They
excited
just
for that at
announced
all?
it, so I can't.
He doesn't like it.
I don't like
Jensen
that.
Ackles is his.
I just don't like Jensen Ackles because he's always confused in everything he does.
We
I
are
love that
getting
guy.
Can't wait
we're
to see
getting
it.
Hawkman and Black Adam. Aldous Hodge shows off his Hawkman physique.
Good for him.
He was great in
Okay.
One Night in Miami, by the way. Watch that movie
I
on
mean,
Amazon
he was
Prime.
also good in the Invisible Man.
right.
Okay.
Well, my thing is the DC. You're right. Some of the DC series, like TV shows, are hit or miss. That's fair. But the movies, the DC movies they've come out with, are amazing. Flashpoint, The Killing Joke.
Yeah, but you're talking about the older ones.
Yeah.
But they
I'm
can.
talking
They
about the
can
recent
do-
one. They just
okay.
rebooted, so you have to go. If you're going to talk about like Jarbo, you're going to talk about the animated. Going forward, it has to be from this point here, not from
And they
years
can
back.
do
It
it.
has to be from this
That
one here.
one
going
Carlos
forward.
makes a great comment, and this is he's from the Zod Rider show. That one Carlos,
Oh, that one
live
Carlos,
action
hey,
will always
there you
be animation numbers. Casual audience and boomers will always see animation as childish. That's true.
Well,
Right.
that's
I
And
believe
No
that's true.
way.
That's something
I just
we
got
gotta
done.
change.
Or not got done, but I'm still.
It's
I'm
hard-
watching
it's harder.
this show
It's
called
harder.
Invincible,
Hold on.
and that shit is fire.
It's
Invincible
great.
is fire. Yes,
harder
to
Invincible
get
is fire.
You wanted
Great
superhero live action to get $1 billion.
The
I'm
live-
okay with animation, but
The live actions beat animation in numbers because number one, they have a higher budget. Animation, if they do animation movies, it's cost efficient. They can actually, especially with TV shows, they can pump more seasons. They can get contracts. Like, yeah, the movies get numbers one time.
they want that.
One
They
time.
want that headline $1 billion
One time
superhero
they get
movie.
those bigger numbers because it's a movie release.
You
right?
could probably make more profit on animation.
Well,
I agree, but
To
they want
support,
that.
to support Saggy's point, though, think about this. What's the best Spider-Man movie? It's not any live-action movie. It's Into the Spider-Verse. That is the best
I like
Spider-Man movie
Into
of
the
all
Spider-Verse.
time.
I prefer the live action still, but I really like Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse is like one of my
But
favorite movies ever
This
made.
is a great
Like,
that was a great topic though. That one, Carlos, and that again, Zod Rider show. He's legit. He's a veteran of the Zod Rider show. But that I want each one on the panel to ask that. Do you think it's possible? Because we heard Saggy. Eddie, do you think that animation has a future, or does it have to be live action to get the normies, the general audience, to get that billion, to get that headline? I'm okay with either, but I think there is a stigma with animation still, even though
when it comes to animation, yeah, it's still lots of people like anime movies. It doesn't matter if it's superhero or not. But I think for the headlines, it has to be live action because to be honest, nobody respects animation that much than they claim. It's a fact. No matter how good the movie is.
Right.
But here's the thing, Eddie. Here's the thing, Eddie, right? With the problem with live action is everyone likes to nitpick the hell out of it. As far as the costume design, the actor casted, the way the CGI and special effects look, it's always an issue.
That all helps.
Right. It does help. But if you do it wrong, you're gonna have a bunch of people upset. Now with animation, it's easier for them because they can screw it up, of course.
You know what else helps with live action? Do you know who they got as the new Superman? If they do voice actors, not as many people are gonna care.
Right.
That's
like
all.
you could
That's
have
also
any
headlines.
you could have any person, and that's why I like animation. You could have anyone. You could have Matt, you could have Ryan, you could have Brian, Zod, Eddie, anyone here, any male can do Superman, right? You could be Superman someday if you're a voice actor. You don't even have to put on the suit, nothing. So again, your cost effect is low. Again, if they really want to make money, animation for them is good. Unless, like I said, they if they want to step it up, I think it's too late. Honestly, I think it's too late for DC to really catch up to Marvel. That's my opinion. They should have. Yeah, because it bothers me because everyone always has this argument against Marvel fans. Well, DC's better than Marvel. It's like DC's been doing this longer, and they've had all the rights to their characters for decades. But the thing is, they wash, lather, rinse, repeat the same characters. How many times do we have to see Batman's friggin' parents get killed in the alleyway? Can we get
DC
new
is better
characters?
than Marvel.
Whoa! Spoilers!
Oh, I'm sorry. If you guys didn't know,
Come on now! What the hell?
But how many times can you
Next thing
see
you're
it?
gonna tell me is
Those are the most popular characters. So what
Superman's
else can you
parents
do? That's
die.
a Trinity.
But this is what I'm saying. They are the most popular characters. But again, you have to remember, Marvel didn't have all of their popular characters. They had a few, and the rest of them they had to hype up to make them popular characters. Did anyone give a shit about
Well,
Black
Iron
Widow
Man.
before the
Iron Man
Avengers?
was a C-list character before that
But
movie.
that's
No
what I'm
one
saying. Did
cared
anyone
about
give a
Iron
shit?
Man.
Did anyone give a shit about Did anyone give a shit about Iron Man or Black Widow or any
I
of
did.
those?
I did.
Some people did, but not a lot of people didn't. So look at the
I'm just saying though.
They
you
made
can make as-
Hawkeye relevant.
You can make as much shitty Superman, Batman
Eddie,
movies. It doesn't matter. Those characters
they
will always be on
made-
top no matter what.
Eddie, they made Hawkeye relevant. That should speak waves to you.
No, they never made Hawkeye relevant.
who's
They're
a-
still trying.
Hey,
They're still trying to
hey,
make Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's getting his own
How
show.
dare you?
go to
That's
see
what
them.
He's getting his own show
Yeah.
because of the daughter that they're trying to like raise and
Yeah.
make her.
No,
make
it's
her
not
into
the daughter.
Hawkeye.
It's not the daughter.
he-
It's Kate Bishop.
I'm sorry. They made this thing. What was it? It was some joke where he like ran out of arrows and shit, and he's just useless. He's a useless character.
But
Well,
nobody would've
that's
given
why I'm
a
excited
shit.
for the
Here's
Disney
Plus
the
show,
thing.
though.
No one would have known who he was if it wasn't for the Avengers. Let's be real.
I knew about him.
Yeah, no,
Well,
no. we-
why
Again,
not?
hardcore comic fans will, but regular people, which is what most people, what these companies want to do, they want to target not just fans of the comics, but
Well,
they
that's the
want
problem with
to generate
Firewire.
DC too. Like, with DC, it's like in the mainstream, it's like Marvel has taken over that mainstream culture, and DC's trying to fight and get it back in a way. I mean, for hardcore fans like us, I feel like I have to agree with Sag on that point. I mean,
Well-
I'm not saying DC isn't popular. I mean, I'm just saying, like, in the mainstream culture right now, it seems like DC is a punching bag to a lot of people, which sucks.
Like I said before, it doesn't matter how many shitty movies they make. Those heroes, Superman, Batman, they always will be on top. That's just how
cash
it is.
cows.
Right.
You can't
Okay, well, hold on. I'm going to ask Ryan.
Those
I'm going to
are
ask
the top
Ryan.
three
Not true.
superheroes in the world.
I
Let me
need-
ask
I need
Ryan.
Superheroes in the
control
world.
the
Yeah.
show.
Batman,
Okay.
Superman.
I got a couple things I want to say though. Honestly,
All right, Brian.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to use a baseball analogy. This is what DC is
great.
trying to do.
There's
Okay.
no crying in
I hate
They're
baseball.
trying to
Works.
take a double-A baseball player and put him in the majors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can't do that. Okay. When the MCU started off, and I'm going to agree with Saggy here, that when the MCU started off, they had the B team. Let's be honest. They sold off all their properties, the X-Men, Spider-Man. Those were their big ticket sellers. So, I mean, the fact that and I'm going to say it again, I'll say it a million times. Continuity is king these days.
Yeah.
You can't just make movies that are over here, over there, over here,
Right.
and where you have the same actor, but they're in two different universes, to where the entire movie is like they're just operating under amnesia. You know what I mean? So it's like, I
Different
don't
roles,
remember
yeah.
what happened then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like Wonder Woman 84. You know,
So
it's
you're
a Wonder
saying
Woman
Jarbo
movie,
is
but-
right?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with Jarbo. I think this whole multiverse thing for DC is ill-timed, and it's going to blow up in their damn face. Because
it is.
because
I
it's
think
just
it's blowing up in their face currently.
well, it is right now because the people are like, we
Well,
want
if
the
they-
continuity that you started out with.
If
Continue it.
they could get one universe right, it'd be a different story.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's my whole point is you have to build that prime universe, which they have not done. I mean, I'll go back to Star Trek a million times. There's 40 years worth of continuity there. You know, more than that.
Light up the chat for Brian. Woo! He
But
got
I'm
him right.
just saying, like,
That's why I said DC did this. DC should have been doing what Brian
see-
said. Like they
You
should
see
have
how he did that, Eddie? He's a veteran. He's like, hold on here. Hey.
He put the big boy
Brian,
pants on.
whoa,
But no, I
master
just
Thanos, woo.
as much as I love DC movies and they're great for standalone, I think the fact that they got cold feet and rebooted is a symptom of that. Like you said, Eddie, Batman and Superman have always been on top, but not anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe this is the
I don't
thing.
see it that
Maybe if they restore
Well,
the
'cause-
Snyderverse, they can rectify that problem because it's
That's
a universe
that's my point.
that's already established. Yes, Brian, that's exactly your point. And I got to give shout out to my man Carlos in the chat. That
Yeah,
exactly
if he can
right.
come on, send him a link, Zod. I
Okay,
don't know if
I'll send him a link.
And
If he
here's the
can
thing with
pop on.
Zod, I'm gonna add on to that. Like, here's my thing. I do believe that Zach should get a chance to kind of make the movies that he wants to make. But I would really hope and would encourage him that he would probably be the best person to introduce these characters that we have yet to see on the big screen and people want to
Oh
see it
yeah,
done right.
absolutely.
So I would say I
he's
would
gonna
want him
do
to
that.
restore it because I want him to
Yeah.
do it because he would probably bring these characters in that not a lot of us would know or care about otherwise, and he would do them do justice.
Yeah. Well, actually, I wanted to bring up a point real quick, so I want to respond to Brian.
Fight me, Ryan.
Well, man, okay.
I don't know what happened. I went to the other room. I came in. I'm like, I'm ready to fight.
No, but here's the thing, Brian. I would say, like,
Yeah.
in response to like Superman and Batman not being on top anymore, Superman I will agree on. Batman, no, because Batman is the one character Warner Brothers will never give up on.
Mhm.
Why they're making
No,
Bat like look at the comics.
Never give up.
It's
Never
all
surrender.
Batman focused. It's all Batman, because that's the character they know. No matter what, will make them a lot of money. Like Batman's that one character which they're so attached to in this like really obsessive way that they won't give up on, you know.
Well, I got
which
that,
is a
but how
detriment
about
to their
you
universe
actually
in a lot of ways.
Bring that character out. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the Joker. You know, they put the Joker title on it just to give it, you know, that extra boost. I mean, it had on the whole, it really had nothing to do with any of the continuity that was taking place before, after, or
Yeah,
during.
it was its own thing.
The heck
So-
is that?
It's a new Zack Snyder's promoting this on Twitter.
Good on you, Zach.
Jared Leto. I think this also benefits
Into the
this type of
people.
wrenching.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that deleted scene that came out, by the way, where they showed him saying that? That should have been in the movie a little bit. I feel like they should have just kept it in.
I want to see.
Eric?
That's why I want to see That's why I'm so desperate and wanting to see a Batman Beyond film. Because how many of the same Batmans can we get? It's always the same Batman and always the
Well,
same.
wait, you're gonna
story.
get another one, and it's gonna be completely different. This one, he's
And
got
I'm
a dark
excited for
outfit
it.
and he's got a car.
He's a detective,
And
though.
He's
You're gonna see
gonna
the detective angle.
He's gonna fight crime, and it's gonna be at night. So I mean,
But it's a
they're
murder
gonna-
mystery, Ryan. It's a
I
murder
don't wanna
mystery.
That's a recipe
I
for
don't
success,
wanna keep
right,
seeing-
Eddie?
Right, but that's what I'm
The
saying. I
movie's
don't
gonna
want
be good.
Right, Eddie.
Yeah.
if they want to do Batman, just do a different version. It's always a reboot or a reimagine. Like,
That's the
just do
one. That's the
Batman
one everybody
Beyond.
knows the most. That's the one
Firewater-
everyone knows the most. Bruce Wayne.
Firewater can't join us, but I like his comment here. Continuity is also it builds consumer confidence and investment for the consumer into the
Right.
That's why you're not.
That's a right
content,
statement.
Continuity is validating to the fans who've seen the content and would get small references without.
And
them in
that
the
is the problem what DC is doing, because the way they're doing this right now, you know, someone else in the chat mentioned this is what Jarbo said. It's a choose your own adventure. For Marvel, fans feel incentivized to watch every single thing that comes out to stay caught up with the story. With DC, they're doing this approach. Well, you don't have to watch Black Adam to understand the Flash movie and this and that. So what is the point? What's going to incentivize fans to want to go see every new movie that comes
Yeah,
out?
but
There's
you don't have to
nothing.
watch. What was it, Captain Marvel?
Well, that's
to
true.
find out what the
That-
hell's going on
well,
between
true.
Infinity War and
for like the
Endgame.
most part, though,
That was
that's
like,
their
I mean,
philosophy.
I was like, why? Because they always had that stigma. You always had to watch in order to kind of like get the next one, and then they just kind of threw that one in there, and it didn't work. I was like, why not
I
wait
mean,
until Endgame was over, and then do the Captain Marvel mill?
That's a whole can of worms.
He took his shirt off, so it's all irrelevant.
But that,
I
Yeah.
make a difference.
That's the
why-
point, though. That's why they're going to fail, because some movies are going to bomb because there's no incentive to go see them for the fans. When you make it pick and choose, they're not going to go support certain movies they're not interested in.
But this is why when I first met everybody, I was
I
like, when
sent you a
people
link,
asked me-
Pons.
when everyone
Only
was like,
supported it
"Oh,"
for Brie Larson.
when they were like, Saggy, are you into DC movies and stuff? I'm like, not really, because I watch the shows and I like the shows, but the movies, it's the same old stuff. Like, I wasn't interested in watching the movies because how many times can I see a Superman movie or see I've seen them all back in the day. So it's like, why?
They're
to me, it's
competing
more
with their old catalog is something they don't consider. Yeah.
Right, but that's why originally I was turned off of watching these movies when everybody else was talking about it, and then I started getting into them, and I said, okay, these aren't bad, but I also still feel like they could be doing more. Definitely going back to the old school '90s shows that they had out there and taking a little bit from these things and making something new. Like I said, that's why I'm going to keep bringing up Batman Beyond, because again, I get what you guys are saying, but I think the reason why I want to see Batman Beyond is because it's a new Batman that people who remember the
I
show
wanna
will
see it, too.
appreciate. but that
I
people
would
who
see
remember
it.
the show will appreciate, but also new people
I don't know if
who
the
haven't
market's
got into
there
it
as
can get
big a
into it.
market. I don't think it's as big a market as
It's not
as
it's not
Batman.
as big, and some people are like that one Carlos. He's gonna take his mom and his grandma to the movies and to watch the
that's
Batman
nice, that one,
Beyond.
Carlos. That's real nice.
And
I would definitely
and they're
do
gonna be
that.
like, and yeah, no, and they'd be like, "What? I thought he was Bruce Wayne," because they're not connected to it, and then they'll fall asleep midway through the movie, right?
For the record, Bruce Wayne is old in Batman Beyond. His grandmother can relate. No offense, I'm not saying grandmother, but I mean,
Hey, sometimes old
my
ladies,
grandma, my
old men need
grandparents are old. They would
representation
know.
too.
But here's the thing. Let me say. Let
My
me ask
grandparents are
everyone here.
younger.
Let me ask everybody here and in the chat. Okay, if you're on the chat, press 1 if you want to see a Batman Beyond movie. Everyone in here on the panel, raise your hand if you want to see a Batman Beyond movie.
I pressed.
Holy
One.
shit. Depends on
Well,
who Matt.
I'm
Depends on who
here's,
Matt-
here's my one right now. Here it is.
I would love to.
I'd
see
like.
Batman
I'd
Beyond
rather
movie.
see a series. I'd rather see a live action
But
series.
either way, you'd like
Well,
to
why?
see
You've
it,
already got
right?
the series. You already have an animated form. Why not just go for the
Because
live action?
Maybe they'll let Ava DuVernay do her Big Berta as an HBO Max TV show.
That is a great
and
point.
by the
I
way,
really do think that might
right,
happen.
by the way, fun fact,
just
guys.
hate all
Fun fact,
But
guys.
still-
Don't forget. We're getting a movie that might be basically dancing around the Flashpoint, right? Why can't you? Putting Batman Beyond after the Flashpoint movie would make sense.
Well, again, Snaggy, if you listen to Grace Randolph, that is what's happening, but it's going to be Batgirl and not Terry McGinnis.
No,
Take it
it
with a
can't
grain of
be
salt,
Batgirl.
but
I
yeah.
refuse. I rebuke
I
it in
trust
the name
Grace.
of Bat
Quit saying
Jesus.
it.
Tori McGinnis.
I rebuke it in the name of Ryan Zieberfett. I rebuke it.
If they did
It's the-
Batman Beyond as a show, it would have to be a mini series.
They're
If shows
making-
go on too long, they get ruined
wouldn't.
after like
They-
5 seasons.
But
I
see,
have
I
a-
would
I
at
have
least
a-
like them to test, like dance around it. Like in the Flashpoint movie, do you know how much I would fangirl if I saw a Terry McGinnis bat suit, and even if it's a small bit, and like get the fans' reactions to that, see how they feel, and maybe like, oh man, I
No, they're
remember that scene.
giving you
Pleasing the
our-
fans? We have to
Oh yeah, I
fire
forgot.
her.
We're
She
talking about
can't
Warner
work
Brothers.
here.
We can't please the fans. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
Forgot
she's
what
not.
the
Hamada
She's
Burger
not.
with
She's
cheese
not
here,
good
bro.
for. She's not good for the Hamada burgers or the menu. It's just sort of.
Well, I have a source that says they're going with Zatanno.
Zatanno?
Yeah,
Zatanno.
Zatanno.
It's the same
so woke.
costume. It's just a guy in fishnet legs
Yes.
now.
That was on Sill. That was on. I'm just joking, but that's what we were talking about. If they go super woke,
And I'm next to
there'd be a
Ray.
lot of people disappointed.
Well,
if they got that.
well, Zatanno. Hey, Zatanno can be transgender. The movie would automatically be a hit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay for it, but I know. Let's be real. A lot of people want to see the authentic Zatanna. So,
What makes something woke?
That's true.
Oh man, that's gonna be a hard
Hans.
What makes something woke? Because there's a lot of different definitions.
That's
for
true.
What
Opinions.
makes something woke
Opinions
now.
make stuff woke.
Opinion.
When you're
opinion.
asleep
It's
and then
your
someone
opinion if something
comes
is
and
woke.
shakes
no,
you,
here-
and then you're
here's-
I
woke.
think so. Like, if I had to like just chime in, I guess like from me, like who's just been like kind of like an audience member, just sort of like following folks like who are influencers on this type of stuff. Like, it's become like the word toxic. It's like has lost its meaning. People like throw it around like a joke, like, "Oh, you're so woke. Oh, you're so toxic." Like, it's like it's a parody of itself now.
It's a joke to be woke.
I can explain woke. I can explain woke.
Oh, please.
So woke is basically when you do something for the sake of inclusion, but it makes no sense to why
Just
you
do
did
it
it. And
to
it
do
does,
it, no.
right. You just do it because you need
I
inclusion.
thought that was what you would call millennial.
But isn't that also an opinion?
Well,
People call The Last Jedi a woke narrative because
Hans. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Hans, here's the thing, right? So if you were to put a relationship on a character, right, to make them like for instance, like say they made Batgirl,
It's not organic
all of a
or
sudden
natural,
have a
just-
girlfand, right?
Just to do it, yeah.
Why?
I'm pretty sure
Why?
there are
What does her
versions of
relationship
Batgirl
have to
having a
do with the
girlfriend.
story? If it doesn't have anything to do with the story, it shouldn't be like, who cares? Why are you putting it in there? And they say, well, we want to make inclusion. It's like, but we don't. If it doesn't make sense to the story, why do it?
But
To me,
if
it's
it
like
flows with
you're
the
putting
show
real
well,
world
why does
shit
it
into my
matter?
fantasies. Keep that out of my fantasies.
But why
You know?
if the show flows very well still, why does it matter?
Well,
I don't.
well,
I don't. Doesn't
well, here's
matter
the
to
thing.
me. Yeah.
Here's the
I mean,
thing.
you would never
Now-
give it a chance, though.
It's,
Well,
if
here's
it's, if
they
it's
say why-
distracting.
If the
Well, that's why
inclusion is-
that's
if
why
the
I like
inclusion is done
Batfleck
well-
so much, because he doesn't have a love interest. I was getting tired of Batman always having a fucking love interest every damn movie.
He did.
I am so glad that Batfleck does not have one.
But he did have
I
one.
do
It was
agree.
Wonder
But he does
Woman.
not have one.
I'm shipping Wonder Woman.
But he does not have
You
one.
haven't seen her.
They
Right.
bring
But he
them
does not
together
have one.
at the same time.
But he does not have
Wonder
one.
Woman.
They touched the mouse together.
thing isn't
Right.
that's
Eh.
not-
Well, here's a good example. Here's a good example, Hans.
What did
Who- who
Snyder
was
post
it?
that photo
Wonder
of
Bat
Wonder
to the
Woman and
win.
Batman
Hans,
on by
Hans.
on Bureau?
Oh my god!
Yes.
That's
People
you're
talk
right.
about
You're
it.
reading into
You
it.
denied the
No,
mouse
you're
thing
reading
too,
into
and
it.
now you're teaching.
No,
me.
the mouse thing is fine. The other thing wasn't. No,
This is what happens when you have 10 people on a show,
that's not
Max.
true. No.
Well,
We're
here's
losing viewers. We're losing
He's like,
viewers.
Hans,
No.
Hans, here's an example, right?
Views are actually going up.
I'm trying to listen, Saggy. I really am.
No.
Here's an example of
I'm muting everyone. Zod, you were fine. You were talking.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
good.
well, here's an example for
They hinted at it
Hans
twice
as
already.
to why
They hinted at it
doing
twice
something
already.
for the
No.
sake of
Yes.
something didn't really
It's
make
just
sense.
hinted
Like
at
once. Nope.
Gotham.
They hinted
The
All
show
right,
Gotham.
Seaver, you're breaking
What?
the show. Don't stop.
So Gotham, when Gotham came out, I don't know if anyone here watched Gotham, but they
We tried.
They made,
Yeah.
they made a
Yeah.
relationship.
And
They made a relationship kind of between Penguin and Riddler, and I know me and Enosh debated it, but it was weird. I don't know why. I think it was kind of like to get them to hate each other or something, but it was just weird that they're like, we're gonna have Penguin fall in love with the Riddler, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't remember that being in the comics. What's that about? Like, did that happen? I was very confused. So to me, it was like it was something that wasn't necessary. You could have still told that story without making them lovers. It just seemed weird because it wasn't anything in the comic book that stated they had a relationship like
Yeah.
that. And it was just one of those things where you looked at like, why would they do that? That made no sense. And it didn't even do anything really for the story for me. It was just one weird story arc that they tried to dance around, and then they were like, okay, we're not gonna make them into a full relationship, but we're gonna dance around it. It's like, why? That's what I feel like woke is when they're just like, we're just gonna do it because for the sake of doing it. It just made no sense. Like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't bother me. You know, if characters want to be in a relationship with the same sex, whatever, I don't care. But if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, and I can understand why people call it woke and get upset about it. It's like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Give me a reason
It's
why.
like Rhea said though. Rhea had a good point. It's overused. They just nitpick for nothing.
It is overused.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
But
And
I'd rather just go back to sleep.
Right.
I want to hear.
Now,
I want to
whenever
hear.
I
I want
the
to
word
hear Carlos's
Oh,
view
yes,
on
Art.
this. He hasn't said anything since he's been on the
I've been
stream.
yelling.
Carlos, speak, brother.
That was it. That was it.
Oh, there we go.
Give me a moment.
Thank you, Carlos. That was sorry.
I think his mother or his grandmother's fighting over the mic with him. I'm talking. Get out of here. Give me.
I need to tell them why I don't want to see Batman Beyond.
Well, I was trying to get back on track to the topic, but Saggy derailed us like 40 minutes ago.
What? I was
No, it was
can't
good.
blame
It
Saggy
was,
for
no, it was,
everything,
no, it was
Max.
good I can and I will, but it was good conversation in regardless.
Right, Max.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Carlos.
Yeah, no. Actually, frankly, Fridays and Saturday, like overnight, I work, so I'm actually at my job right now.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, like nicotine.
Oh,
Real
bad
grind.
But I just had to be here though.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Well, you're back. You're invited back any time. I've been wanting to have you on. But I got a show.
But I definitely agree with Saggy on her last take though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Buy that one card. Don't agree with Saggy. No, it's
You can't call it a take. It's more of a rant.
okay.
Thank you.
So this is a Geekosity article, so we got to actually examine this. This is what the Hamadaverse would be.
Hamada Burgers.
If he gets his way, and this is what he's planning, according to sources at Geekosity. So take it with salt. Put some salt on this. DC Films wants to reboot Justice League as a multiverse team.
That's
Written by
stupid.
Mikey Sutton.
I 100% believe this. By the way, I
Okay.
definitely think this is something they're setting
So-
up.
So
cannot be real.
let's read it and then get thoughts. I'll try to read it quick. And I've got my glasses on. I'm hearing DC Films wants to reboot Justice League as a multiverse team So when the Justice League returns, their new lineup might originate from the multiverse. As DC Films begins to veer away from the Snyderverse, the plan is to release standalone movies from this point on. However, there will be exceptions to this rule, and the Justice League reboot is among them. While upcoming theatrical films such as Our Man and Zatanna won't be connected to Aquaman 2, for example, other cinematic projects are going to connect to TV spin-offs. The multiverse is essentially a collection of separate pocket universes. Directors like J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves will have their own pocket universes. You can add Zack Snyder to that list. It's going to be confusing. Make no mistake, this is multiverse on steroids. To make matters worse, the current path is to bring characters from these pocket universes together. The Justice League will be as far from the Justice League of America comic book roots as possible, millions of light years far.
It continues, yeah.
Okay, here's where it gets to the funny stuff. Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be replaced by Robert Pattinson's Dark Knight from a different Earth. I don't think Robert Pattinson's going to play ball. I have a feeling. Superman won't be.
One and done for Pattinson. I'm telling you right now, one and done for Pattinson.
Well, I mean, if he completes the trilogy, I'd be surprised. I think he will complete the trilogy. I don't think he's going to go past that.
I don't think so.
I don't think he'll say.
Jason Momoa is not going to join this shit because he's a good friend.
What if he's contractually obligated though? We don't know what his contract looks like.
He can always option out.
Well, let's hear the rest and then get to the thoughts so I could get this article off screen. Superman won't be Henry Cavill. Instead, he will be J.J. Abrams' Calvin Ellis Superman. Blue Beetle joins from, at this point, an unknown parallel Earth alongside the new Supergirl, who isn't Melissa from, I guess, the TV series.
Yeah, that's Sasha Calle.
Why would they do that anyway from the CW?
Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, she's staying. Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and possibly Amber Heard's Mara will be the survivors of the Snyderverse. Lost yet essentially meet the Justice League of the multiverse. So
I don't agree with that at all.
It's not that you agree with it.
It doesn't seem plausible. It doesn't seem like that. No, it doesn't. I don't believe that.
It's something stupid. It's stupid enough. It's stupid enough of an idea for Warner Brothers to do it. That's all. I mean, it's not. It doesn't sound like it's definitely not plausible in terms of what we would see as palatable. But I wouldn't put it past WB.
If Warner Brothers does anything, they're just going to introduce new characters. It's not going to be a multiverse or a multitude of different characters from different universes that they're going to try to. Because their whole thing, Warner Brothers' whole thing, and this is what destroys that whole whatever that was. Is that Warner Brothers doesn't like confusing their audience. They think that their audiences can't handle things.
All they've done.
They try to dumb it down. But if they try to make this a team of a multiverse team, that is going to confuse the very people that they think can't handle it. So that's an oxymoron. That goes against its own narrative.
Well,
so that makes zero sense.
I think it's exactly
on Injustice, though.
I don't.
Because isn't Injustice technically the multiverse? Those games.
Yeah, but the team.
That's a different continuity.
It was WB though.
Well, RJ, I want to hear from you because you had a differing opinion on this, and then Brian, because I want to hear Brian's take on this. I think this is exactly what they're going to try to do.
No,
based on the Flash announcements.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Could it obviously be wrong? Yes, it's only a rumor, but considering what they're doing with Flash and they're introducing a new Supergirl, they're introducing all of this multiverse stuff, it makes a lot of sense when you really think about it. Do I think Robert Pattinson's going to be a part of it, though? No. I think some form of this will happen. What I find interesting is that they actually, apparently, they still like Amber Heard, which I think is hilarious to me, that they still apparently support her, because she's not getting fired. I mean, I think that ship has sailed already. But, I can see this being a possibility because, again, they're pushing the multiverse so hard. I've been saying I 100% believe they're going to announce another Justice League movie because, they're going to try and get the smoke off of the Snyder Cut in any way possible. They've been making all these announcements. They're going to announce it to try and get people to stop thinking about that. But then they'll be like, the fans are obviously going to revolt if this happens, though. I mean, I'm just saying.
All right.
Fans revolt at everything, though.
We'll get Brian, Eddie, Rhea, and then that one Carlos, and then Zod.
Okay. I'm going to use the immortal words of the great country singer Kenny Rogers from the song "The Gambler."
Yes.
You have to know when to hold them. You have to know when to fold them. You have to know when to walk away and know when to run. Okay, so basically, they're counting their money while they're sitting at the table.
At the table.
Okay, and you never do that because I'm telling you, I 100% agree with Matt. It's just going to confuse the living daylights out of people. And,
I agree with Matt on this one.
and we're so used to, we're so used to serialized stories, long form storytelling. It's like, thank you, Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to actually sit and watch The Next Generation anymore because The Next Generation was all independent ancillary stories. I mean, with aside from a couple cliffhanger two-parter type situations, but most of those were standalone episodes. You know what I mean? And the reason why I like Deep Space Nine so much is because the last couple seasons they actually had a story arc that you could follow along with, and it did gangbusters. Like the Dominion War was one of the best parts of 90s Star Trek, in my opinion. So like, I think they're being really foolhardy with this. I mean, I can see why they're doing it, but I just think they're being stupid. I just don't think they know how to play the game of cards very well.
All right.
Yeah. Also, Max, like when we get done asking this question, I have a question to everybody about DC 2. Because me and Eddie were talking about this, like in the comments of one of his videos about, they're calling like Pattinson's World Earth 2. You know, I've been saying before, I think when I first started doing these streams, that J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves are pretty close to one another. What are the chances that the Batman and this upcoming J.J. Abrams Superman are going to be connected in its own little universe? And what if like they're gonna like do like their own universe?
I don't think Matt Reeves will play ball either. I think he's more like Christopher Nolan, like I'm doing my own thing.
That's what I think too, but I don't know. It's weird.
Remember, that's why Matt Reeves walked away the first time. Matt Reeves walked away the first time for creative differences because they wanted it to be a connected. They wanted it to be connected to the greater DCEU, and Matt Reeves said no.
What was Matt saying there?
The character that's in the Batman. There's a party, a costume party, and there's somebody dressed as Superman. Yeah. So Superman does exist in Batman's in Pattinson's universe. I don't know if we'll ever see him, but it won't be. They won't be doing this.
He's a comic book character in Pattinson.
The only reason I ask is because Matt Reeves is a student of J.J. Abrams, and they're such close friends. I could see that being a possibility. I mean, it's just like cheeky references.
Zack Snyder and J.J. are really good friends too. So I mean, that really doesn't. I mean, because they were playing with each other when Snyder was filming BVS. He was doing stuff with stormtroopers, and they put the
lightsabers with Batman,
right? And they put the Batmobile on the Millennium Falcon. So I mean, they're really good friends too. I don't see anybody doing anything just because of friendship. It's all about, it's a business. It's all about the business, and if they're not about it, they're not going to do it.
All right, Eddie and then Rhea.
So about the multiverse thing, I think it's idiotic to do something like that with the Justice League.
Do you think that's what Hamada was planning, though?
No, I with the probably other movies within the multiverse, not a whole multiverse team of them just getting together like that. No, because with that, they could go OP with it. After everybody else, just put like 6 Batman, 10 Supermans. You know what I mean?
I like it. Yeah. Let's go.
But
why would you get a different member from each Earth? Just get the same OP guy.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They should make a comic series on that. That's a good idea, Matt. Rhea, what do you think? Do you think this Geekossi article, you think they had something? Do you think this is what Hamada was planning, or do you think it's too ridiculous?
Yeah, so I noticed that the writer Mikey Sutton, he's been appearing on more streams on YouTube and just sort of reporting on the news as it comes in. So I think that this is one iteration of a plan that they had in consideration that was passed over to him from his source. So I'm not saying that to discredit him, but I'm just saying that this is probably part of no. I totally think that he's legit, based off of all the scripts that have been validated by him for sure. It's just that I think this is just one piece of information compared to a whole other list of options that they're probably playing around with, that this information could probably be antiquated by tomorrow, and we'll be talking about another scoop that comes in oh no, they shifted gears overnight. because it seems like that's what they're doing anyways. Like every decision we're hearing about seems like it's happening overnight, but who knows? Maybe like these decisions were already made and we're just now hearing about it. So there's just like too much ambiguity in like, you know, what the timeline of these decisions are actually happening around, that I'm not convinced that this is like the only decision that they're, you know, that they're driving forward with, because of the cadence that we're getting information being like basically on a daily basis, things are changing.
True. That's great comment. I agree. It's changing all the time. This could have been the problem is they change plans every day too. There's probably so many outlines at Warner Brothers. They probably changed it again today. I even found out yesterday. But Zeno's saying, listen, there's a lot of us that we're really looking forward to the Batman with Pattinson. So we're just not just Snyder lovers and that's it. We're all.
I'm not looking forward to it, and it has nothing to do with that. I'm like, I'm totally. I said it in the chat earlier. As far as going forward, my enthusiasm is shaky.
You have
at
no
best.
consumer confidence. No consumer.
None whatsoever, dude. I mean, like, I'm sorry, man.
I mean, I'll watch it.
If I do, it'll be on like Redbox.
Matt Reeves and his Planet of the Apes movies were so good. I have to trust in him. I mean, it could be crap. I don't know. I mean, you never know.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it's going to be a bad film. I'm just, you know, visually I'm not impressed with the Batmobile, but I mean, other than that, it doesn't look horrible.
I think that new Batman movie is going to be more, like Saggy said, I think it's going to be more of what we've already seen.
Well, Brian, before
doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
Were you excited before when you were getting before Snyder Cut, or recent events put you off?
I was. A lot of the recent events just kind of put me off about it, because it's asinine that they've changed directions so many times in the last 5 years. I'm tired of plates. I'm tired of reboots. I swear I'm sick and tired of reboots, man. And if they reboot Batman again, I'm just whatever, dude. I'm out. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's just like all they're doing is the reboot verse. Everything's a reboot.
The only one that finished. The only one that finished is Christopher Nolan's, like proper, like it was. It finished the way
proper.
It was compromised.
It's like the Ghostbusters 2016. Okay, perfect example.
I'm back, by the way.
It wasn't a sequel. It was like a Elseworlds tale, and it was the dumbest damn movie ever.
It was.
So it's like,
dude, I love Brian. But he's the king of these takes right now.
Like, you're looking forward to a bunch of Ghostbuster 2016s. Have fun with that. I'll watch Falcon Winter Soldier.
Well, they better not do a big dance.
I think he's absolutely right.
Ghostbusters. You can't compare Ghostbusters.
No, I'm just saying the situation's the same.
Like how many movies, and they didn't make a movie for like decades. I think they
rebooted it and it sucked.
Well, here's the thing. The issue is Hollywood is so dry with original ideas that what they have been doing, which I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm sure you have, but what they've been doing is they've been basically going back to their greatest hits throughout history and rebooting.
Not even those. I mean, look at Total Recall. Look at RoboCop. Look at they even pull back like Rambo and Rocky and try to reinvigorate those franchises.
It's regurgitated media. And that's why that's why I say what I say about DC, because like I said, it's all just regurgitated media because they have nothing new to make.
And that's why Batman Beyond would be so great, because everyone would see Batman and they say, oh, look, it's Batman. But then they'd see the suit and hear the name and they'd say, this isn't Bruce Wayne. This isn't the Batman we all know. What is this?
Too. It takes place in the future, so that's something different too.
But that's why I said the Flash movie coming out would 100% set that up, and it would make sense. But like I said, overall. Yeah, all those movies, and not only that, books. I hate that they do that. Who the hell asked for a 50 Shades of Grey movie? I didn't even ask for the book. Has anyone ever read that book?
Eddie's raising his hand.
Here's the thing: has anyone ever read 50 Shades of Grey book?
Eddie, were you even old enough to see the movie when it came out?
That book.
I thought he was being attacked by Terminators.
What year did that come out again?
Saggy, we all know you read it. We all know you read it, Saggy.
No,
don't need to lie.
Saggy read it.
Don't even lie, Saggy. No, we know. We know.
why we don't see it
your,
right now.
we know your secret.
let me make my point.
Check your bookshelf.
Let me make
Check
my
your
point.
bookshelf.
I have. Here's the thing. I have read the book.
Damn it!
Hold on.
Expose Saggy.
I read the book, and it is poorly written. And
Okay, but you were on board until you read it.
It's right. It's a bad book, but they made a movie out of it because it was popular and it made
Why
money.
is Tony here?
Because he just got off a stream. Hi, Tony. But yeah, that's why, like I said, Hollywood is so desperate for content that they'll take a crappy book like 50 Shades of Grey and make it into a movie.
Well, here's the thing, Saggy. Here's the thing. If we ever get to a point where they remake Back to the Future, which is my favorite movie of all time, then we will know that they're officially desperate.
It's gonna. They're gonna.
They better not. If they do, I would be so mad.
Cobra Kai, the creators of Cobra Kai.
See, here's the thing. I don't mind that they brought back Cobra Kai because it was done very well. And they brought back all of the original cast. It wasn't a reboot. People argued with me online, like, "Oh, it's a reboot. How is it a reboot when you have the original cast?" Right? How do you have
and plus they constantly reference the old movies, so it's a direct continuation.
Right. They added new characters, but they still have the story based on the original characters. So they did that right. So if they want, like I said, DC, Warner Brothers, just get it together. We don't want to keep seeing the same freaking story. I don't know about you. I don't want to see the same story over and over. That's probably what turned me off of DC movies in the first place. Like, do something new.
I have one final
again. Make it OnlyFans, Warner Brothers. Do something.
Ew, I don't want that burger. I have a final topic, and then Enosh is going live. Hey Ray, and Eddie, and RJ, you guys need to get over on the Enosh soon too.
If Enosh ever wants to have us, I mean, we'd love to be on.
Yeah. Honestly, like I would just like talk about protein and keto with Enosh all night and just derail the convo like I've been doing on your stream.
Awesome. My final question is, Zack Snyder is a pioneer with different cuts. Is there a way to save the theater experiences with different cuts for streaming, for theatrical, for IMAX, and have I think that's versatility and consumer focus, and you get more out of the property. I think he's so ahead of the game, but people want artistic.
Wait. So Max, just to clarify,
theatrical cut is it, and that's all. But he's always been doing director's cuts.
I want to see,
especially for these big franchises. Like I was rewatching Infinity War. I'm like, man, if I know they cut so much out to get the timing and stuff. But if there was more room to breathe and stuff, and there was more added, more action, I would love to see that. Is this something they should look into? That's my final question of the night.
I want to see Zack Snyder Justice League cut the musical, in a theater, and I want to be casted as Wonder Woman. And
okay, anyone but Saggy. He's not taking it serious.
No. I think she's onto something.
Oh, the musical? Zack Snyder the musical?
I could see it. Superman's death claw is
wasn't that Justice
Oh my
League?
God, he's dead. Superman is dead. I
that would
can see it right
actually be
now.
cool.
Musical theater.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
musical
theater.
Bring musical theater.
Yeah, and recast with an all Indian cast, and it'd be great. You'd have me in.
The Snyder Cut Bollywood edition.
Yes.
Honestly, though, you're right. I think Max is right. Like, I think with these what his cut really showed is that people like his vision, and I think that he should be able to do. So, I really do hope he gets to try to do something. But I think as far as theaters,
sorry to interrupt, but my question's more towards is the way to save theaters and stuff. And make it a different experience and have different experiences for streaming, have different scenes, more action, not for every movie.
I was getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was where I was leaning towards. Like, yes, I think having these different cuts could help because you have all these, what Zach's version showed us is that, we had the first Justice League that was finished by Joss Whedon. And people either liked it or hated it. Most people hated it, whatever. And then when Zach came out with his, it really showed that a lot of people like to see different creative, cuts of these characters. And sure, I would say it would help save all of these, like the theaters and things like that. I think a lot of people would get excited.
Okay, cool.
I
what I'll
think
say,
that's actually a
'cause-
very
Go ahead,
Oh,
Hans.
no, go ahead.
No, are we saying so? You're saying like so Justice League came out and then Zack Snyder had his own cut, right? We all know that. And you're saying more movies should have stuff like that,
especially like these big, epic superhero and genre films, sci-fi. Like, what if there was an Infinity War extended cut, and they could get more? I mean, Disney might
Or what if we
exploit
just
it.
let them make the movie how long it needs to be for the story instead of
Right.
cutting it down? You know,
Why-
for the audience.
Yeah.
No, they
Right,
make more money
why?
that way though. They make more money that way. Because remember, guys, when movies
So-
came out, right? Just sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you, but real quick to make this point before I
Oh,
forget.
someone's trying to enter, and we don't have enough room.
No, when movies were coming out in theaters, they would always come out with like DVD releases, correct? And some of these releases, they'd have the standard edition, then they have a certain special edition or
The
special cut.
unrated version.
Right, the unrated version, or the
Talladega
special
Nights
edition.
did
Or
that.
cut. So when Tony here says different cuts would kill theaters, it's like okay, they won't kill theaters, but
Oh,
they also
and-
can make more money because they've already done this
Everyone's banging on
formula.
the door.
Someone make
Who's
room
banging
for
on the
Matt.
door?
I've been
done.
talking-
I'll make room.
They
I just
they
wanted
did it
to
with
say that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, with the last thing I was going to say was that that's actually a very good idea that I never even thought about. But it could draw more people to streaming services if when movie theaters open up, they would have a theatrical version for the casual audience, and if the casual audience is
But
so
the
hooked
reviews
on
would
the
be
movie,
mixed. It wouldn't.
Yeah,
it
You
wouldn't
have to
match.
be done. It'd have
Like-
to be done expertly, but yeah.
yeah, I'm giving the studios the benefit of the doubt that they're going to make a competent theatrical film, theatrical version. But if they were to then release an extended version or the special edition or whatever on their dedicated streaming platform, I think that could attract a lot of people, and I would be totally down for that.
I don't know.
Lord of the
I-
Rings
I-
did it very well.
I vehemently disagree. I feel like, at least in this case, people do not want to feel like they got ripped off. You know, you cannot put out multiple versions of a movie at the same time and say, "Hey, if you want to see more, go see it this way instead." People want to
Well,
have
they
a
already
complete
did that.
experience no matter
They already
what.
did that with BVS. They released the theatrical. And
Well,
they were
that's
like,
because
hey,
WB's an
Ultimate
incompetent
Edition
studio,
is
though.
gonna
That's
come
because
out,
Warner
you know.
Brothers is stupid. That's because they're incompetent. Normally, you should not do something like that. If you want to do special bonus features and like have like a extended cut as a bonus feature down the line, sure. But not when a movie first comes out. No, that all that's gonna do is make people upset and like not even want to go bother watching the theatrical version.
they're
to
gonna
watch the theatrical cut.
All that's gonna do is kill the theaters faster, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
agree with Tony.
people are gonna.
I think
People are
I think it could save theaters.
Ninjarbo.
No,
Matt, do you
that-
think
I don't
there's
think
an
it'll save
opportunity?
theaters.
got a couple minutes though, so I can't stay for long. I'm in line at Wendy's.
Okay,
So
I like their
I
fries.
have to wear a mask because there's a lot of toxicity in this room. So I don't get sick. Saggy was really spitting some nonsense earlier, and I just
She's always spin.
Oh,
that's
no.
all. That's true.
That's it.
Anyway,
Excuse me? Hold on, I got you. Hold on. You wait your cute little patootie right there in that seat. Oh yeah, it's I'm dropping it. Hold on. No, we got you.
Yeah, I know. My neck is hurting.
I got you. Hold on. What's this, Matt Jarbo?
It's snake.
Blow me up, Max. Blow me up, Max. Blow me up, Max.
Keep spinning,
Whoa.
Saggy.
Oh,
Wow. No.
That's
Take that away.
I've got
Kick her
mixed
out.
feelings now.
That's lovely. I know, right? Like, I mean, I was
Like, you need any help with that, Wendy's?
That's toxic. Ugh.
Oh, well, I'm not going to eat
Toxic
it.
for my
It's
dreams.
else, man.
What do you mean?
I
He's
like that.
beautiful.
I like that, Frosty.
Listen, Matt Jarbo is a stunning, beautiful woman, and
The
everyone
last
should
thing I
respect her
saw
truth.
one night on the Poindexter Lounge was Matt Jarbo's face on Raven's body right before I went to bed. That is toxic to me.
Later, guys.
Toxic.
Later, guys.
man.
Good night. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, that's enough for. Oh,
Wow.
all right.
I agree with RJ with the movie. I think it would kill movie theaters, though.
I think
if
that's
I see a
favorite.
movie, I would see like, oh, there's theatrical versions coming out. Why go see it in theaters if I can
Yeah,
wait
exactly.
to watch the better version on a streaming service?
Here's an idea. How about this then? You do the matinee shows with the let's say the rated version, right? Like your PG-13 version.
Yeah.
And then the last two shows of the night, you make it the R-rated version.
Yes.
There's many theaters
Premium.
that actually don't allow for kids after 8 p.m. And
I love it.
So like that would then appeal to the older adult audience, and those are the ones that go to like the luxury theaters.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea.
Like,
yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. They kind of did something similar with like that movie, not the same, but with that movie Clue, where they had three different endings, and they played the 3 different endings in the theater, and you never really knew which one you were going to get, and that was kind of the fun of it. It was a whodunit or whatever, and it was supposed to be like the board game, so all the outcome was always different, or not always different, but just 3 times different. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you could do that. But I'd say that you would do that in the theater, and then when it's all said and done, because I mean, I don't want to watch something in the theater and then see something inferior on my my home media. Like I don't want a different cut. When I purchase it on 4K and like, oh, well, this version sucked.
Well, I mean, the thing with that is though is that most people aren't you, and most people don't understand the difference, and that's just the reality.
Damn.
Sure.
Damn.
No, that's not a
Breaking news: people are different, and water is wet.
Is it wet? I thought it was dry. Have I been showering wrong this whole time?
This is breaking news, apparently.
Have I been showering wrong? I can't even say showering
Yes.
wrong. Wow.
Can you speak?
Showering.
No, I'm from Boston. We don't use our R's. So when you put 2 R's together, it doesn't come out right. It's hard.
What happened to Rhea? She left.
She said she
left.
left.
Yeah,
to
she
make
said she
room
had
for
she was gonna
Jarbo
do
because he
it.
takes up 2 spots.
She sacrificed
Jarbo.
herself so Jarbo could be on here.
Damn. That's
No,
right.
I want to ask Matt. I want to ask Matt what he thinks of the multiverse Justice League theory, the Dusty.
Look, man,
Because I know
this
he
is
hates the
Max's
multiverse.
channel.
So
This is Max's channel, and I don't want to say things that would get Max demonetized.
Yeah, we were okay.
But it's
But
like it's pretty. It's lame. It's stupid. And if that is the reality, I'm out.
Yeah, but
I'm out.
Thank you. Amen.
I agree.
I don't
I'm
think
sick
it's
of
gonna
multiverses.
happen.
I don't
that's
think
gonna
they'll
happen.
I don't think they'll get a chance to do it, but I think that's what Hamada was going to plan.
No, I think Matt's right because their whole thing, what they always been toting is like they don't want to confuse the audience. They don't want to confuse the audience. That's the whole thing. And for them to go back and do a 180 and say, okay, well, let's confuse the audience. I don't think they're going to do that. It doesn't make any sense.
Snyder Cut's numbers, I think that's something that's really impacting things because if the Snyder Cut would have failed, we would have already heard about it.
Oh, they would have been
and they wouldn't
dancing in
have
the
canceled-
streets.
Yeah, and they would have announced a release date for New Gods in the Trench.
Oh yeah.
They would have solidified the end of the Snyderverse by doing that. The fact that they didn't shows you that things are not very good over at Warner's right now. And if this is the plan, look, I've said from the beginning the multiverse is dumb. Like it's just stupid. And it's like I bring up Choose Your Own Adventure because that's effectively it. And for some reason, like I know there's lots of DC fans out there that have YouTube channels that talk about it, and they're like, no, but like everyone gets a car. Screw that.
I want.
Jarbo, what about Marvel and what they're doing with the multiverse?
I want a damn car.
Is that going to fail or is that something that's good?
We don't know what they're doing with the multiverse yet.
We don't.
Yes, we do.
We have no idea.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
What have you seen? What have you seen that deals with the multiverse in
What
Marvel?
do you know? What do you know?
What do you know?
Saggy?
I know.
We're getting a
things,
movie,
guys.
Multiverse.
Yeah,
What do
Madness,
you know?
that's what we know.
I know that we're getting Justice League the musical, and that is going to be part of the multiverse.
That's all that
already
matters.
said it.
Well, we got to head over to the lounge too because that's
You're
that's
a lounge.
But I wanted to go a little bit longer because Matt just came in. Now I'm thinking about
I only
Wendy's.
came in because I'm stuck in line at this Wendy's.
Thank you.
Wait, damn! Why is Wendy's popping right now?
Dude, it's the only one. It's the only one in this town. It's like we have a Five Guys here. It's the same, we only have one Five Guys for like a 4-town radius.
Ooh.
So we only get whatever. But look, I'll put it to you guys like this: the whole thing. Look, I have a feeling the Snyderverse is going to continue. It just seems to make the most logical sense. Obviously, consistent storytelling is key. And if you don't have consistency, your audience loses faith, and that's
interest.
the whole thing. And interest, they lose. And it's once you lose the interest of the general audience, they're going to like go away. They've got the Snyder Cut kind of reinvigorated a lot of interest. You know, like no one's talking about Wonder Woman 84 anymore. No one, it's on home video. No one's like, I got my copy. You know,
it's also
like,
because it's a horrible movie. So.
To be fair, Wonder Woman 84 died very quick.
Go sub to Eddie. Go sub to Eddie.
But it got announced for number 3.
That's what it should have done. That's what it should have done. Is it should have died? Yeah, very quickly. You know. Thank you.
Yeah,
I am right.
No one really talked about it for more than a couple weeks.
No, it was like the conversations was like, "Hey, did you guys see that Wonder Woman movie? Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, she raped the guy."
Yeah, that was it. That's all I saw.
Right?
That's all I saw.
Yes, yeah. And then, you know, so that's now they have to. The Wonder Woman 3 is going to be her getting canceled via Me Too. There's going to be an allegation from 1984.
Well, don't say the R word again, please.
Sorry. Wait.
Oh, shut the hell up, Jarbo. All right, what? All right.
I mentioned the fruit, Max.
Okay, grapes. Okay, grapes. Well, if this is the thing. Okay, enough. Please. this is what I said at the beginning of the stream, Jarbo, when you were making deliveries. Do you want Zack to if Justice League 2 does happen? Do you want Zack to stick to his guns and his outline, or if characters are introduced, do you want to see Rock against Darkseid in Justice League 2? What do you want?
Yeah, you know what? As long as he's involved, I'd be happy. Okay,
right.
as long as it's his consistent universe for right now, because this is what we've established, and it's not a pocket universe, and it's not a weird, stupid multiverse thing that no one's gonna get or care about. And I tell you this: if Hamada wants to treat it like these are like lower budgeted horror films, what he should do is start looking at making these $50 to $60 million films, very like Joker, like Deadpool, and to focus on one character, give us a Deathstroke movie, build these characters up into something, and then after that, the audiences will then tell you which characters are more viable and money can be made.
That's the long run approach, and I think they're looking for a quick solution.
There's no quick solution to this. There's no quick solution. There's a triangle, right? There's a triangle that we learned in film school. It's money, time, quality. You get to pick two, right? So money, time, or quality. What is it you're looking for? You only get to pick two. And then it becomes this, and I get it, they're a studio, and I get it, they're trying to make stuff for HBO Max, and they want to like have all these spin-offs as a way to like drive more people to HBO Max. But people want consistency. That's all they care about, is like, this is why Marvel continues to have people invested, because there's been consistency. Like it or not, you know what? Captain Marvel was not a good movie, but Captain Marvel 2 is now going to have the Kree and Secret Wars, and there is a stinger for the end of it at the end of WandaVision. So it gave us something.
And don't forget, Miss Marvel's going to be there too. So kicking that Disney Plus
exactly.
show.
So they're building that out in a way that's going to work out well. But all right, guys, I gotta get. I'm at the window.
we all got to, because I'm about 2 hours 30 minutes and
I'll take a cheeseburger. Can I have a Junior Bacon cheeseburger? Ask him.
You can go to hamadaburger.com, Saggy.
Hamadaburger.com. You go there.
They do DoorDash now.
And you got to say that you are.
Jarbo, do people just constantly think you're on a Zoom call with business people or something, like when you're on?
Probably all the time. Yeah.
He must.
He's like, sell.
Yeah. He's on a Zoom call.
Are you saying we're not professional?
He works for Duke and Duke.
Right, RJ, link your channel. Link your channel. I had trouble finding it a second ago.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that right now.
All right,
if anyone wants to subscribe to me, check out Patio Commentary. Godzilla vs. Kong comes tomorrow. Link it in the chat because I can't, because I'm mobile.
Okay, yeah, go check out Patio.
If anybody wants to subscribe to Mark Jarbo, don't, because he has enough subscribers. Send them to the rest of us here who
not
are
on the Patio Commentary. He's only got 200 subs on that one.
He doesn't need more clout. We need all the clout. So please subscribe to our channels and not Matt Jarbo's. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Enosh is live. I think that's where we'll end it.
Yeah.
And have a good night, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Here is Enosh's channel, and I'm a little sleepy now. We got both of the Zevers.
He's all tuckered out.
We got RJ, Eddie. We got Saggy Melons.
No.
We got
Wow.
Han and we got Brian. No, Saggy Mountains is the best.
She's okay.
Except when she does this icon.
Ooh,
This
I'm
is the
not
last
sure.
thing. Well,
Subscribe to my channel, Boulder Talk, and I'll show you my boulders.
Oh God!
Okay, I'm out.
Wow.
I can't take this. Yeah, God.
That was too
PG.
much. That was too much. Oh, gross.
I think I broke Hans.
That's how
That was awesome.
That's how the plunger broke.
Plunger.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.